Okay. It being 6:30 on Thursday, July 9th, 2026, I would like to call to order the Planning, Zoning, and Historic Commission of East Dundee. Franco, take the roll.
Commissioner Hurd?
Here.
Commissioner Kruger?
Here.
Commissioner Feck?
Here.
Commissioner Reyes-Braher?
Here.
Commissioner Stenick?
Yes.
Commissioner Myers is absent, and Chair Brunner.
Here. Okay, as the quorum has been met, we may move on with our meeting. The first item of business today is the approval of minutes. May I have a motion to approve the minutes for the May 7th, 2026 meeting, as well as the June 4th, 2026 meeting?
I'll move to approve
I'll
both.
second.
Okay, any comments or feedback on these meetings? Any changes we need?
No, I didn't see it.
Okay,
Okay, Commissioner Hurd?
Yes.
Commissioner Kruger?
Yes.
Commissioner Feck?
Yes.
Commissioner Reyes-Braher?
Yes.
Commissioner Stenick?
Yes.
Chair Brunner.
yes. Okay, so we're moving now on to public comment, and I'm going to make a quick statement on some of the items in the agenda today. You may see there is a repeat of a lot of the items that we had at the last meeting.
Yep.
That was due to a procedural issue that we noted on not having the agenda or the notice posted at Village Hall. So we're really trying to go by the letter of the law here and redo these, and then be transparent with you guys on why we're doing this. We'll be able to read in all the testimony from the previous meetings, so that'll all go in here, but we will have an opportunity for anyone to add or amend what they said at the last meetings. Okay, with that being said, is there anyone who would like to make a comment on business or on agenda or non-agenda items? Great. Moving on then to our new business. May I have a motion to open a public hearing for the consideration of a motion of recommendation to the village board regarding proposed adult daycare center at 455 East Main Street, East Dundee, Illinois 60118, in conjunction with a village-initiated text amendment to define an adult day service center used and proposed text amendment to permit that use as a special use in B2 downtown district, proposed to be included in the allowable uses table as described in section 157050F1 of the zoning ordinance.
So moved.
Second. So, this is kind of twofold.
Do we need to vote?
Oh, sorry. Yes. Commissioner Hurd?
Yes.
Commissioner Kruger?
Yes.
Commissioner Feck?
Yes.
Commissioner Reyes-Braher?
Yes.
Commissioner Stenick?
Yes.
Chair Brunner.
Yes. So first, I'd like to know, we're going to include all of the testimony from this public hearing from the previous meeting.
There'll be a reference to it, yes.
Yes, and then did we get any additional emails or phone correspondence? in regards to
There
this?
was additional correspondence by various nearby residents or just concerned citizens. Didn't always ask for information. Just touching on the property maintenance
Mhm.
of the property and how the fencing might act or how the landscaping or the signage might be an issue for property maintenance and how the property owner might want to take that into consideration with the special use.
Okay. And then I think I interrupted you, that you were going to say something.
I was going to say this is twofold, but you went ahead and explained it. That one, it's a recap due to improper notice. 99.9% of the time, nobody would have noticed, but we don't do that here. We play it by the book, so we went ahead and reposted it. But it also worked out that night that the PZHC motioned to continue to this night. So it worked out well, so that's why we're here with this.
Great. So is there anyone in the audience who would like to add any testimony, and this is specifically on the text amendments to allow for special uses in the district?
Is that the, yeah.
So, seems like none.
I'm sorry.
Point of,
Can I? Oh, go
Yeah.
ahead.
I was just going to say, point of order, the text amendment is number 4,
Or
isn't it?
this is
This is the hearing.
conjunction, okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So this is the this is the
Specifically
special use
for the
in
special
conjunction
use.
with the.
Okay,
Yeah.
so this is the actual special
This
use.
is the special
Okay,
use.
I'm sorry.
And
Thank
just
you.
to note, obviously, those hearings we'll get to later, but I think the commission should obviously
Yeah.
keep in mind that if you're not going to approve
Yeah.
the special, the text amendment and or both, either of the text amendments, then the special use couldn't be approved.
No, that makes perfect sense. I know we switched the order of the meetings from the last, so.
Yeah, no,
the
that's it.
hearings. So, okay, so then this one is the one for actually granting the granting of the special use
Right.
and making it dependent on the other two, essentially.
Right, you keep in mind that you would.
They would be relevant to
Right.
those two.
They
Okay,
would-
not dependent, but relevant, okay.
Yes.
So, so in this case, we definitely want to read in the village, the police report. So, Deputy Chief Ritter, can you? Oh,
We're in our public hearing, correct? We're still in the public
yes,
hearing?
Yes.
So, Chief, if you don't mind, you could sit over here at the dais. That's perfectly acceptable next to our village attorney.
You by yourself?
Could even sit there if you wish.
Do you want me to read the chief's memo in full?
I think you can,
Bullet points is
bullet
fine.
points, yeah, summarization there. and
Okay.
then Be available for us to ask,
Sure.
answer any questions about it.
Absolutely.
And the full report will be part of
Yes.
the record.
Sounds good.
That's posted in the packet.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, so just for clarification, Chief Fordyce prepared this memo. I'm here to represent him on behalf of the police department. In the past 5 years, we've had 15 calls for service at this address. I think it should be noted that it was, an address for medical care. So most of the calls for service revolve around that. 5 of the calls were assisting the fire department personnel with individuals experiencing medical emergencies or medical conditions. 4 calls involving suicidal subjects or mental health-related concerns. 1 call for a threats complaint. 1 for a disturbance complaint. 1 for a well-being check. 1 for a theft under. 1 for a suspicious vehicle complaint. And 1 for criminal trespass, which occurred June 3rd, 2026. Just a real quick summary sentence, if I could. Based on review of the police department records, this property has generated a higher volume of calls for service than would typically be expected for a property of its size and nature. While the majority of these incidents involve medical or behavioral health-related concerns rather than criminal activity, they nonetheless require some reoccurring responses from police officers and other emergency personnel.
So do you happen to have a idea of what the average number of calls would be for a facility like this?
So if you're talking about an adult daycare,
I would say, so in the chief's statement, he said it's above average for a building of this size in this area. So
In nature.
So
in nature.
yeah, what would you think the average? Do you have an idea what the average? You said 15. Would have 10 been, or we don't.
Yeah, I mean, it's not terribly high. I think it's higher than what he was anticipating.
Mhm.
But again, I think that was medical services geared at lower income individuals without health insurance.
Yeah,
So we did get a lot of calls there for mental health related.
and that's like 5 of them, right?
Yeah, but then when you wrap in the assist for fire, sometimes
Yeah.
fire could have been called, but then if they ask us for backup, it's usually for a
Yeah.
more assertive nature, if you will.
So does anyone else on the commission have a question for the police department?
So the things like mental health, that just kind of goes along with when it was a pharmacy there and,
Yeah, it was a
people with
pharmacy
issues.
and then a doctor's office,
Yeah,
essentially.
yeah, okay. And like the trespass complaint, was that something unusual or?
I think this was after the business was closed, so
Uh-huh.
that could have been someone calling it in, or it could have actually been an officer who found someone on the property
Right.
and initiated contact with them.
Mhm.
One of the two. I don't know the specifics behind that one.
Okay. All right.
And then in the packet, you also include several suggestions that might be included in the special use. Could you describe those a little?
Yeah, sure. Chief outlined 4 suggestions. Video surveillance. With today's day and age, video surveillance is pretty easy to acquire, very easy to use. it really helps us as a police department with any business we work with in town that we can get cameras should something occur. Video evidence is paramount for us. An emergency operations plan. Prior to commencing operations of facilities should develop and maintain a written emergency action plan addressing fire emergencies, medical emergencies, missing or wandering participants, severe weather incidents, evacuation procedures, lockdown procedures, things of that nature. Emergency contact info, we would typically try to get that with any business in town. We have a form we give out to businesses for them to give it to us. We turn into dispatch so that we know who to contact in emergencies. And any type of coordination they can in advance with first responders is the fourth bullet point. Just to provide the police department, fire department with updated after-hours contact information, responsible parties, and participate in any reasonable pre-planning efforts requested by emergency responders. I think that would also tie into the emergency operations plan. It's really good for us to work with businesses or we work with the school closely on emergency operations, so everybody knows what to expect.
The threats complaint, was that towards an employee or a mental health issue or?
Typically, it would come with a mental health issue.
Okay.
It just happened to be in that category
Uh-huh.
of the calls for service.
Got it.
Sometimes it depends how the call comes into dispatch, and it might not have gotten changed.
Okay.
So yeah, someone could have got upset with the doctor or nurse and made a threat.
With the video surveillance, would you expect like some level of recorded, time frame? Would that be something that we should add?
What do you mean by that?
So when I hear the video surveillance, I mean, that's going to be a 24/7
Yes.
thing is what I'm expecting. So, let's say something happened at night or whatever, you would want to go back and see a recording.
Oh yeah, I
So
would.
what's if you have a recommendation?
Yeah, these days I would try to go back at least 90 days.
Okay.
With cloud-based storage
Yeah.
now, it's not as expensive, so most of the stuff that we work with is 90
Yes.
days.
Okay. And that would be inside and outside?
Yeah, definitely.
Mhm.
Yeah, I would encourage both inside and outside.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know you probably don't have numbers right offhand, but I'm thinking of the property next door to this one, which is the Pancake House, Brianna's.
Oh yeah.
Just ballpark, do you have any idea of the comparability of the number of calls to that property versus this one?
I can't recall getting a call for service there. Maybe we got something when they were, when they did the remodeling, it was under construction. I think sometimes they would work late nights, so an officer would just approach and say, hey, what are you doing here? And they were remodeling. But other than that, it's pretty rare to get a call there.
Any other questions or comments for Chief?
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So, with that testimony, is there anyone from the audience who would like to add or comment based on what we heard? Yeah. And if you'll remember like last time, we'll have to swear you in.
If you don't mind raising your hand, state your name, please.
Paul Hart.
And do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Thanks.
Yeah, hi. We have the property right behind there. And just a couple things. You were talking about security and that. We have cameras in our house, and I put them on a couple of years ago because of this property, because of people coming up the hill or just the people that were hanging out there and spent the night there and the back door, and that is lessened, which is good. Still have my cameras, however I have installed lights and things, but I feel like I'm not in East Dundee right now. So I really I want this to be safe for the community, and I want to, as you do.
Yes.
We don't want to change the security of this town. But anyway, so my point, I guess, is my cameras are great. I can see things, but generally, unless somebody's monitoring the cameras, which is paying somebody to do something, you're not going to find out until after something has happened. So your security, it's good for after the fact. It really is. It's great for after the fact. You can pin things down. You can solve problems. You can make your evaluations and things. But I don't think you know, just to have somebody sitting watching these cameras, is that what this was going to be? Somebody's watching the bank of monitors on these cameras, or is it just something that, probably not? Yeah, yeah. So as the next door neighbor, just up the hill, I'm just concerned about impact, changes to the neighborhood. This is a whole different thing. I understand this is a senior type center for people. I'm just concerned about, and it's been covered. You were talking about an operational plan for security, keeping people in place so they possibly don't wander off, and having enough personnel is something, I guess, not tons of personnel, but just having enough personnel so everybody is taken care of well. You know, I worked in education for a lot of years. I'm not going to tell the story, I promise. However, we had severe and profound children in our school building, and each child had their own aide. You know, that's according to the state of Illinois. Now, I understand that can't be done here, so I'd be very interested in knowing how many adults would be per individual that might be staying there, or, you know, at this address. And beyond that, I know the grass is all taken care of. It's all been mowed and things. Is there anybody who can tell me what happened with the grass? As a citizen, I just, that was weird. It was just strange. And if it's not my business, you can tell
What's
me
the
that.
question?
The question is, why did the grass get to be this tall when it had been mowed for lots and lots of years? And if it's not my business, I understand.
No, we have a lawn mowing ordinance on, and so we could have the chief come up, deputy chief come up and comment on how we
Okay, all
enforce,
right. It's
grass ordinances.
yeah, and also, will this happen in the future? I mean, that's the other thing.
Yes, I
So,
understand.
so my concerns are security, having enough staff for individuals that are there, and basically how it's going to affect the neighborhood, the close by, nearby neighborhood, and finally, I'm big on needs assessments. You know, I know the country says there's a need for this. Is there a local need for this? You know, has there been any kind of surveys? Has there been any kind, not surveys, any kind of, is this a need in our specific area? As we mentioned in the last meeting, I think something opened across the river in West Dundee that was similar. So anyway, that's it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Do you happen to know offhand? I remember what I recall, but.
In terms of, yeah, there's an ordinance on the books for lawns. I mean, we don't have officers try to pick on people for lawn care. It happens between the PD and Chris Ranieri. We try to kind of tag team the issue. I think Chris ended up getting involved in this specific issue. So I think that's how it got resolved. I don't know the cause of it.
Would it be
So-
fair to say, and this is my understanding again of the village, is a lot of these types of things when it comes to more or less like our building code or the maintenance code, it's a response based. You know, there's a complaint and we respond. We're not doing proactive enforcement
Yes.
of, you know, mowing lawn or
That's correct.
clearing
Yeah.
sidewalks.
That's
So, or noise.
very
ordinance.
accurate,
It's
yeah.
the same thing with the noise ordinance in general as well.
Yeah.
So, it's a tough thing. We actually, I would say, in East Dundee, a lot of our residents don't want to get up in other people's business, but for this to happen, you have to more or less have someone call. And then it will get enforced.
So we call Village Hall, right?
And then Chris, who's the building inspector, would go out and he can, do a set.
I don't know, is it a citation or a warning?
It's a written notice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
which can lead to a fine eventually.
Would that be, can I speak?
Yeah, if you
Would that
come
be
up
different
with
from
this.
business or
Could you come up to the,
business versus a homeowner?
could you come up?
Would that be different from a business than a homeowner as far as keeping your lawns a certain way, or we all live by the same rules and
Yeah,
with
this,
the,
yes,
yeah, okay,
yeah.
all right. Okay.
Okay, anybody else for public comment? Any questions for staff or anyone else? Okay, may I have a motion to close the,
Oh, one thing I just thought of, how about the sign that's on site? It's still just kind of scrambled and,
It's
I
true.
think we have the
It's-
applicant here. Sir, would you mind coming up and?
yeah, just,
If you don't mind stating your name, please,
Srinivas Ravanam.
and you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, I do.
Thanks.
So the question is, with the change of business, what's the plan for this
yeah,
sign?
what's the plan with the sign? Because it's on all the time and it's really serving no purpose, either
Right
update
now,
it or take it down or, you know, what.
it's damaged by the storms,
Mhm.
and I have lodged a insurance claim to repair that.
Mhm.
So it's pretty expensive. Now the prices have come down, but at the same time, if last time, when we approached the village had actually been grateful and funded us for TIF monies for the facade. I'll be approaching the village again for that funding, if possible. Secondly, I just wanted to mention, someone mentioned about another company or entity on the other side of the river. Yes, there is one, and I met that person personally, and that is a pure private organization. That means people who go there have to pay 23 plus per hour. It's like a child care when you pay for something, same thing like that. How many adults really can spend that much in this economy and at this time?
Is that
What I'm
that
proposing-
cherished place that you're talking about in West
Pardon?
Dundee? Is that cherished place in West Dundee that you're referring to?
No, it's called Second Seasons.
Oh, okay. Because I know there's one in West Dundee, cherished place. It's
It's not anymore.
kind of across the
It's not.
street from
Saying it close.
the Mullins Funeral Home, behind the church.
Yeah, it's not in there anymore. It used to be in Bethlehem Lutheran.
You're right, right.
It's not
It's right
anymore.
back. It's not there
It's not
anymore?
anymore, no.
Really? Okay.
What I'm proposing to do is for the underserved and underinsured population. And there's a lot of that around, 15 miles around this place. Thank you.
And with yours, I know we talked about it at the last meeting, there's, a state licensing type of requirement for this. You have to be in a state program and approved by them in order to
Yes,
use this.
we have
Whereas the
to.
private one would have different requirements, or do they?
They
have the same?
don't need any license.
Yes.
And all what they are proposing about safety and video monitoring and all that is included in the plan,
Mhm.
which we have to submit to the authorities, which is Department of Aging.
Mhm.
And if they don't give me a license, this won't happen. They have to ultimately say yes. So my request is only to give, this is only for the land.
Mhm.
Whether it's going to happen is in future in the higher authorities' hands.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. Would there, one follow-up on the sign,
Mhm.
would there be a way for us to cut the electricity to it?
I'm working on that.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, just
Thank
to
you.
be able
Beat
to
me
switch
to
it
it.
off or something.
The building inspector has issued a notice regarding the
Okay.
sign that needs to be repaired.
Yes, I will
Yeah.
take care of it.
Yeah, somebody's paying to show all that stuff.
Yeah. So it's not like a circuit breaker where you could just
I'm
turn it off?
Power.
Okay.
going through it. Thanks.
Yeah. Any other questions or comments? Before we go to our discussion.
There haven't been any updated floor plans, anything like that?
No.
Yeah,
Okay.
because my concern was still, you know, the amount of staff per 40 people that were being planned to be there.
Yeah. Could you come back up again? Thank you. So is there, in the Illinois license, is there a requirement for staff per person?
Yes.
And do you know what that number is?
On top of my head, I think it is 8 to 12 patients, clients per help.
Seems pretty high.
I
Yeah,
just,
the state,
we have to follow the rule anyways.
Yeah.
Just to be clear, you'll be the owner-operator of this?
I may not be, I may be, I put my name and my company's name as the owner operator because I don't know who else I should put right now.
You'll
But
be
if
the
there is an
applicant with the state?
opportunity, then the owners, we can add on investors and people like that.
You'll be applicant with the state? You'll be the applicant with the state?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank
Anything
you.
else?
I have,
No.
yeah, nothing else?
No,
I don't want-
nothing,
okay,
I
good,
promise.
Good, good, good. Yeah, thank you.
I'm here.
Yeah. So, anything else? Okay. I'd like to make a motion then to close the public hearing.
Second.
Commissioner Herr?
Yes.
Commissioner Kruger?
Yes.
Commissioner Feck?
Yes.
Commissioner Reyes Braher?
Yes.
Commissioner Stenick?
Yes.
Chair Brunner?
Yes. So, I think we got quite a few new, I think, guidelines from the police that seems to have, addressed some of the village concerns. The other thing that we didn't talk about in the hearing that we have as an option, and we've done with other special uses, is a, probationary period, or where we can do a recall and see how it's working. That may not be so relevant here, because they'd have to do the application, the application would have to be approved, it'd have to be operating, I think, for us to get any real feedback. But it's something we could say, especially if there's things like the sign and other things that we want to see
Just
progress on
general
between now and then.
maintenance,
Is it moving forward,
Mhm.
with what we talk about? Maybe some others have some other thoughts on, contingencies or additional restrictions we can put on that would, we think, address the concerns and provide a path for a business owner to have have.
Like a
ways
business
of-
plan or something? Is that, well, I, because just the licensing alone with the state could take up to a year.
Mhm.
And then once you have that, of course, then you have your investors and plan, and
Yeah.
we're talking almost 2 years from now. That's what my experience with projects is. So I guess my question is, like, during that long period of waiting time, how is this site going to be taken care of or
Yeah.
maintained? And
So then that maybe, it
That's the
it makes
business
sense
plan,
to, following up and,
Yep.
being, you making sure that we're moving ahead with the proper expectations. Yeah, I mean, it would definitely be a win to have it be, an upkept property and in good maintenance, relative to some of the things that we've seen. And if we could have the video, we could have the cameras installed. And I don't know, we'd have to see how that would work.
I don't know if this is something Easton V does or not, but it would be wonderful for commercial projects or locations to have some sort of like maintenance agreement with the village, to keep things up, maintained. I
Yeah.
know like in Highland Park, they require, not that we're doing this, but every individual business to have a planter with, flowers, for the
Yeah.
season, because I worked on several projects in Glenview and Glen Ellen. So I don't know if that's something, maybe a different conversation.
Yeah.
But I'm just thinking for this particular project, because it's a big site,
Yeah.
what type of business plan or maintenance is there?
Yeah, so quick question for Franco here is, if we put in the special use, they have to meet when do they have to meet the constraints? Like when they open their business? or when the special use is granted?
If it's a condition of the special use,
Yes.
it would be a condition of receiving the special use that you have this in place.
Wouldn't this then like that amount of time, because here we like it, like, so let's say they needed video surveillance, we issue this, then they have 40 days.
You could say upon receipt of the business license.
Well, so that's the part. So would they get the business license immediately here, or would he be able to wait until after he does his application?
So you would need the special use first before you apply for the business license.
Yeah, but if he doesn't, so the point I think I'm saying is, well, maybe we'd have to ask if you need a business license in order to apply to the state. If we're saying it takes 2 years, he could apply before he needs a business license.
I don't know how it works with the
Yeah.
state, what they need proof of to
Okay.
apply for the demonstrated facility.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying? Like what comes first?
Well, yeah, I mean, because what we would want is the video surveillance and the maintenance in as soon as we say yes on the special use. I think that's what the residents would want.
Yeah, that the
I think that
property
could
be
be worded
maintained.
that way.
I think so traditionally, if you just put in like a general, like requirement that they have surveillance, which we do, you know, on many different types of special uses, it would be, you know, as Franco said, they would have to have compliance before they get a business, or before
Well-
they get a certificate of occupancy or business license or whatever they need to operate. But you can, as indicated,
Well,
you could change the conditions. I think it would have to be reasonable. I think like saying upon issuance, like the board approves it and it has to be up like in, like that's, and you know, I
Yeah.
think giving them a certain
so.
amount of
If-
time to do those items.
So in this one, I think, the other, I think, option that we have, right, is he has a business license right now, right, in town. Would this special use attach to that business license that he
He would
presently
need
has?
another business license for that purpose, for that use.
Okay,
Because there would be building permits associated in the fire department.
Okay,
Or you associate.
For a different building, is that?
no, it's the same building, he's
Building.
operating
But the
businesses.
3
here.
units.
Oh,
in
there's
there.
so this special use is just for this use specifically. It wouldn't have any impact on any other uses and other, it would be as if, you know, like in like a strip mall type thing, like there's a manicure in one place and like a retail store in the next. Like their uses are completely separate. Just because they're owned by the same person, it doesn't, the ordinances that attach to each one and the licenses that attach to each one don't necessarily have an impact on it, other than kind of some general requirements on like business, on certain types of licensings, like if you have outstanding debts to the village or something like that, you can't get certain licenses. That would be the only way that like a different property could have like any impact
Mhm.
on this one,
Okay.
if that.
Okay,
So we'll know about it, because they'll have to come in every time and talk to us, right? And ask for permission.
If you're worried or hesitant of when those conditions
Yeah.
should take force, you could say, in your recommendation, it could say, within 180 days of obtaining a business license or certificate of occupancy for this use, you must have the criteria listed
yeah,
by the police.
but I think that's the concern. Like, because that could be 2 years.
Yeah, because this is tied to the use.
Yeah.
The conditions are tied to the use. Like,
Right.
can you condition him right now to go
Yeah.
put cameras? No.
No.
We can, so.
But it feels like it seems like a lot of the concerns that we've heard from residents and we're all been talking about last meeting are related to the facility, to the
Yeah.
building, not to this business.
And in the meantime, you're absolutely right. I think
Right.
there is a maintenance code that already exists
Yes.
between the building and the fire department that staff can make sure to work with the property owner to address the landscaping, address the.
So we could do that,
the-
right? We could say that this is on a, you know, gets a monthly check-in. or
Because we
some type
want
of-
that solved, even if this licensing never
right.
happens.
Yeah,
We want all
right.
those things solved
Correct,
for.
that's the outcome, is
Yeah.
the beautification and the inviting of the property and how it impacts its surrounding.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Right.
I
And
think we just have to remember in this hearing and this board, you know, jurisdictionally, like
It's just the
it's just for the
Mhm.
use
Yeah,
of
not the
the
building
prop-
code.
and the
Yeah,
those type of kind
Yeah,
of
yeah.
landscaping, building code type things. although certain things can be tied to the special use if there's a, you know, reasonable nexus between them, it's, you know, beyond the scope of the
Yeah.
zoning and approval.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we have the opportunity though to say as part of our recommendation that they add, you know, they do checkups on this property. Like that we add that to. It wouldn't be conditional on anything.
It could, as long as we are able to tie a correlation between the use of the property as a adult daycare service and the conditions being placed on it that have to be reasonably related, and not outside the scope of the zoning and approval. That's-
I recognize, I mean, the constraints we have on the actual zoning part. But we have the ability to include additional things outside of the zoning recommendation in it.
Sure, you have the ability to recommend the village board keep up with that the village board keep up with staff when enforcing the property maintenance code.
Yeah. Yes, but that's not tied to the special use. That's
Yes.
just a recommendation.
It's a side,
Oh,
Side
yes.
recommendation.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
which staff already is pursuing that, and
Yeah.
he's issued.
It's good to have
He's
it
been
in the-
received the
Right.
notices.
Yeah.
You can correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems like there's at least something of a tie when we're dealing with elderly people coming in and out of a property, that maintenance and the grounds that they might be walking on
Yeah.
is a concern.
Yes, definitely.
Would behoove the property owner to make sure everything is.
Yeah, definitely shoveling the snow, you know, keeping the cement, everything, you know, nice and clean and free of debris.
And, you know, like every other property owner, they have to follow all the requirements of the code. And we also, what we often do is just, we can throw in conditions and just kind of a general catch-all condition in special use permit that they have to comply with all requirements of the village code and of, you know, state law, applicable state law, things of that nature. And that way it ties that to the special use approval as well. So, it's, you know, you can enforce it through property maintenance and citations as well, and that.
Yeah.
But those kind of catch-all conditions allows you to have a little bit more teeth in it's because it ties it to the
Yeah.
special use.
And that would really address your concern, because that would come into effect when they opened. That's when the extra maintenance would be more relevant.
That's when it would be
Yeah,
relevant,
yeah.
sure.
Yeah, I mean, we want standard maintenance until then, and then perhaps, you know, more rigorous maintenance, you know.
Definitely then. I think where I'm getting hung up is that we're talking about all these steps way on down the
Mhm.
line. We can say that, you know, I mean, any property needs to keep up with the code enforcement and stuff, and we know that they may not all, right? And so it seems to me like when we're dealing with a situation of vulnerable adults who are coming into a facility, I think it would be good for us to see some sort of track record of this has been kept
Mhm.
up before the fact, before the doors open, and we have a bunch of people coming into a place that may not be
Yeah.
ideal for them. So that would be my concern. Again, we talked about this last time, but we don't really have floor plans, building, you know, it seems like there's a lot of, we'll figure
Yeah.
it out down the road,
Yeah,
and on both sides of the table.
so we can still have this, you know, review session after they open. I think that makes sense to me, at least given our perspective, you know, come back in 6 months to review the special use once it's enforced. This would be after the business license, after it's been operating. And then we could see if these concerns were met. And then these other pieces, I think, and so I'm very comfortable with, I think, how we could structure that, right? But then this here, are you okay with the stuff we're talking about getting us there, you know, or is there something else? that
Yes,
we-
can be.
Yeah,
I think I would want to see, you know, us get some more objective steps in place so that I actually know what I'm answering.
yeah.
Because again, it seems like a lot of kind of figured out as it comes.
Yeah.
You know, we'll see what the state tells us, and we'll just kind of
Yeah,
react.
so.
I'd rather not react.
So, right, the business owner's concern is he doesn't want to go through the
Mhm.
licensing process.
I understand that.
Is it, would there be, do we have a vehicle that is like a memo of understanding or something that we're gonna support them this initiative in general, but we can't. The special use is kind of a hard thing to grant pre.
You really can't contract for
Yeah.
zoning
Yeah.
and also, you know, then the board can't, I know this body is just a recommending body, but the board can't kind of guarantee anyone zoning unless they're approving the zoning
Yeah.
for it.
So he would have to, in this sense, we could go and we could deny it right now because we said we don't have enough information. The applicant could be like, wow, well, they sound generally okay. I'm not saying that we are one way or another, but it's always up to the applicant's discretion to make whatever determination for their business as they see appropriate.
That's true, if you deny the special use, and then I guess you would still have to make a decision on, whether or not to approve the text amendments.
Yeah, right.
As well, to open the
Right,
door
open
for
it up.
this.
Yeah, that's an interesting.
Type of use in the future.
Yeah.
I would have to, I just off the top of my head can't recall, I can look it up really quickly though, if there's, some codes have a period that you can't reapply if you're denied zoning, for a certain amount of time. I'm not sure, I can look it up to see if East Dundee has that, I just off the top of my head cannot
Yeah.
recall. Certain codes, if you are denied zoning, you can't reapply for the same request within a 12-month period. But I'm not sure about that one at the moment. Also, this is just, again, a recommending body, so we're
Yeah,
not
right,
denying anything, procedurally, but,
Yeah.
those would be the,
Yeah, so that's an interesting point, just to be clear with everybody else, right? Like, we're okay in general with the amendments, the text amendments that this is based on, right? Like,
Correct.
yeah, okay.
But we did vote for them at the
Yeah,
last
yes,
meeting,
we did.
even though it wasn't binding, so.
Right, right,
Unless someone changed their mind in the last month, I think we're
Right.
good with it.
okay. So that's something that we can move forward with. Okay,
6 months.
6
If
months?
it's denied, it's 6 months.
Okay.
Okay.
thank you.
So, are there any more discussion points on this topic?
I don't have any.
So, well, how do we want to move to a decision then on this? So, I mean, I see on the table and let me, you know.
You mind? Is this special use required for the applicant to apply before the Department of Aging? Is it the chicken or the egg, like a liquor license? Can he prove that he'll get a Department of Aging license, then come back to us for the special use? That's, I think, might help better the PZHC and the board understand what he knows that he's gonna get it with the state now, so now he can invest in an architect to come and figure this out. How are we gonna plan this? How are we gonna remodel it? He'll sit down with the building commissioner and have that, because right now, it's kind of upfront saying, hey, I think I need this before I go to the state, but I don't wanna spend a lot of money on this yet, because what if you deny me, and what if the state denies
Yep.
me? But if the state says, we could put you on a list pending the board's approval,
Yeah.
then you can move forward and have something concrete. I don't know if you want to address that or anything.
Do we need to open the public hearing for this?
We should, yes.
Okay, I need to do it. I'd like to make a motion to reopen the public hearing that we just heard.
A second.
I'm gonna go with Riz Ryder. Commissioner Hurd,
Yes.
Commissioner Kruger,
Yes.
Commissioner Feck,
Yes.
Commissioner Riz Ryder,
Yes.
Commissioner Stanick,
Yes.
Chair Brown.
Yes. Okay. Yes, sir. You're already sworn in, so we're good.
Yes.
One of the main items in the application for the state is to have the village's approval of that entity.
So that the business could legally operate there.
Yes.
Is that the?
Now, they don't care whether the village has to put it into a special use kind of situation. It's a healthcare operation for all your care. And I think previously there were healthcare operations going on in that place. So this special use caveat, I'm kind of not too sure. As Mr. Bertolino put it, it's like the chicken or the egg situation. Unless I have an approved letter from the village saying that this site is okay to have an adult daycare services, the DOA will not even take my application. So,
Yeah.
to get their approval first is impossible.
Gotcha.
I will say, as the, directed the question at me before the applicant, I will be honest that I have not ever dealt with the state. I think it's a certification and not a license, actually, with the Department of Aging for this type of use. And it is interesting because it doesn't require a license, as the applicant stated, for just a private adult daycare service. It's when it's combined with the Medicaid and the insurance.
Right.
But it does require, as I'm have seen in this from the Department of Aging, I believe is what it at Community Care, that it requires that you demonstrate compliance with all, local codes, building codes, fire codes, health codes, safety standards, all of those, environmental, food service, all of those various different things, which would include zoning. And I, just based on my experience working with other types of uses that require both local and state approvals, the state, I would be shocked if they would give a license without without all of the boxes being checked by the local authority, especially one as significant as zoning, because
Yeah.
if he doesn't have that approval, he can't operate. So it's not like he could fix something in like a fire code or something like that. It wouldn't be able to open, and so I would agree with the applicant's assessment of that I would be very surprised if the state would even look at the application if they can't demonstrate zoning compliance.
One more thing, if I may add, about the video surveillance. It's not a big project to put on video surveillances right now. Within a short time, we can get that done. Inside, only after we remodel the place, then we can assure you,
Yeah.
definitely will have video surveillance.
Yeah,
Day and
so I
night.
mean,
And it'll be probably around whatever the law requires, 90 days or 120 days. That storage capacities are all up there now.
Yeah, so you're saying you'd be able to do like the outdoor video surveillance
Sure.
almost immediately? Okay. Let's try to be sure if we're gonna have anything else for him before we close the meeting, the hearing again.
No.
That was my fault.
It's okay, no.
Good
We-
point, Frank.
Yeah, good.
No, it's good to hear. I mean, we wanna really know all the tools we have available, right?
And
Okay.
And one thing, do you know how long it takes to apply and then get, I know there's usually
Probably
back and
6
forth.
to 8 months.
6 to 8, yeah. Because
Okay.
right now, I know there's a hold on new,
That's
with
for
the
home
business.
health agencies.
Yeah.
okay, so then
And
this one
adult
for the
daycare
aging.
centers, there are only 150 in the state right now.
Oh, wow.
And the DOA is actually promoting
Okay,
because of the value it brings.
Mm-hmm.
Once the adults are there in the location, automatically you get a height, weight, and a blood pressure check.
Yeah.
yeah, always.
So
like about
that
months.
screening, and we are monitoring whether they're taking their medication or not. We're monitoring whether they ate their food or not. A lot of people don't get, and that is one of the requirements. We have to give them one meal, a breakfast or a snack later on. So it assures a lot of things, like primary care. which a lot of people are lacking.
And if you could remind me again, what were the hours you were looking to have this open?
I put down something like 8 to 6 or something.
Something like that.
Sometimes it can go beyond, it can go less, depends on how the response is.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we
Thank
had,
you.
Anything else?
yeah, there was a more rigid time that we discussed the last time.
Yeah.
It was very explicit in our previous meeting.
I think it was till 5, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, we could work that in. So we have the, so we have the going forward with it and trying to put on the restrictions that we have, right? As well as the maintenance plan, I think, or obviously the recommendation of denial is always on the table. Is there, do we feel there's a way we can craft a motion for approval?
I would say just the common
Oh, I'm
sense.
sorry, actually, we need to close the meeting.
Yeah, we're
because
so
I-
sorry.
I'll move to close the public
Yeah,
hearing.
All
A
right.
second.
Okay, Commissioner Herb,
Yes.
Commissioner Krieger,
Yes.
Commissioner Beck,
Yes.
Commissioner Reyes-Braher,
Yes.
Commissioner Stenick,
Yes.
and Chair Brunner.
yes. Okay, question I just asked.
I would just say if there's no code violations, that everything, you know, if we see a track record of things being maintained, there's no, you know, police activity, things like that.
Yeah, I
I
think,
think we could, you know,
so I believe, right, that's the problem is we can't really tie anything between now and when they get the license to
Nope.
the special use.
but I mean, that's just our regular.
Yeah,
code.
yeah, exactly.
I mean,
And then, so I mean,
We couldn't say like special use would be revoked if within a 12-month period, such and such number of complaints or whatever.
There's
We've done that with others.
yeah, it's, so that's once it, see, that's like once it goes active though. This is the point I was making, right? If
Once the business is open.
yeah, once it's tied to their license, right? Because we can't revoke the special use before it's been tied to their business license.
Right.
Correct.
It would be difficult to show they're not complying with the special use if nothing's happening.
If they're not using
If they're
it
not using
specially.
it, if there's nothing operating.
Catch 22.
Yeah,
Got it.
well,
And well, this isn't, you know, entirely unique. There are other uses that we grant special uses for that need state approvals, so there's delay in them opening, you know, like cannabis establishments or, I don't think we grant anything for video gaming.
So let me pivot a little bit on this. Like, let's say we were doing a special use for, you know, a business that required them to build something out inside of their infrastructure, which is essentially what it is here. But let's say something just totally different. And, you know, so we have to grant them the thing before they start building it out. But then when they build it out, it doesn't meet standards. Is it immediately not valid?
No, I mean, a special use permit isn't, really never is automatically becomes, unless they don't, if it expires without them like commencing construction or like taking steps towards over like a certain amount of time. Really any type of, you know, non-compliance with a condition or, you know, something would require, you know, a hearing or some sort of revocation proceeding. So if for some reason, you know, like a business has to, they build their building and then they start operating and, but they
Yeah.
didn't do something that was a specific condition, and that's when we would, you know, bring them in for a suspension revocation type hearing.
Okay. So yeah, it really all starts like once they start the business and they would be able to operate some period of time.
Unless, you know, if there was a condition that on a use that they, I guess, because if it's like they're building a building and there was a specific condition on there, whether they weren't meeting a village code requirement, they probably wouldn't get a, you know, certificate of occupancy for the building or the building license. So there's other checks on these types of things. And so it typically, in the general course, a special use doesn't typically
Yeah.
fall into non-compliance where we'd have to pursue some sort of suspension revocation until the use is active. I
Yeah,
guess.
so like, for example, let's say in a case we have this, tied to the maintenance of the property, which is tied to following our laws. If that special use went into an effect and the property was not maintained at that point, we can immediately start a hearing on them not being in compliance.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
If they're violating their special
On day
use,
one,
yeah.
more or less.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
so,
could, requires notice. Oftentimes, we reach
Yeah.
out to them and try to give some,
Yeah.
work with them.
That's
to
more in
sure.
line with
Yeah.
practice.
Yeah, that's practice, but under the law and under the code.
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
We could, yes.
Yeah, okay. So, I mean, that's, to me, it's a way where a chronic problem before could lead into the opening.
Yes, and before it opens, they still are subject to every single maintenance.
Yes, right,
having-
exactly.
If the building's vacant, they have to,
Right,
it
so-
has to be,
so that's-
secure, shored up, all everything.
Yeah, so that, and then that's really the point. We don't have to wait for the start of so, for example, again, I don't know the specific ordinance, but, let's say we had a warning system on maintenance, and then you get in, delinquent on your maintenance because, that delinquency could carry straight over to when this thing opened. We wouldn't have to restart, the delinquency process.
No.
So, yeah. Okay. Did everyone understand what I was trying to say there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, good, okay. So I think that's a good tool to make sure that the place wouldn't actually operate if it was not maintained well.
Not in-
Or,
right.
really, it would have a period to run, but it would more or less be immediately,
Right.
in conflict with its special use.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know what else to add. I guess I'm just still struggling with the, granting the special use for something that we still don't know how everything is going to pan out. That's where I'm, that's where I feel like,
So-
I don't have a cart yet, but will you give me a horse or something
Yeah.
like that?
So I think we're in a tough spot here on it. So we can, this is then the only tool I think we have with that is the review, in that, it's all working acceptably. We wouldn't be able to influence it, but if it was really dangerous, but again, that might trigger into some other things. But we could have a review if we felt like they were meeting it after they were open and, discuss. But it gives us a way to reevaluate the state of the special use. So that lets them get it right now, right? Because we'd be all in order of them getting it, but it gives a way for it to be, us to have more input. I don't know what we can typically do in the reviews.
Review it based on what your conditions are and just general maintenance and building code review and fire
Yeah.
safety.
Yeah. So we'd have to, So, because the other option is if we don't have this type of process, then there's no control on it. That would be the other thing.
It's permitted by right.
We just, if we didn't have anything in the code on this, they could just do it.
If it's permitted.
Well, not even, we didn't define it,
Oh,
We're
right.
defining it and then saying where it can be.
Yep.
So, but that's the other option, if we didn't define it, you can go that route.
No, I'm good with defining it. I guess I'm just thinking about this particular property and looking back at some of the basic definitions of special use that we want to try to mitigate the impact of a use upon neighboring property. Well, we've heard neighboring properties have been affected negatively by this property. So is that going to continue or not? We don't know because we don't know the future.
Yeah.
Are we, are we taking all of those things into account, and how do we predict?
Yeah, so I think, we can talk, so we have the video stuff. We can then talk about the maintenance, which we can cover. And we can tie into, a review on police reports. If we think that it continues to maintain a high level of resident impacting police reports. Because we do expect there's gonna be probably a higher level than average, someone who needs an ambulance, due to the people who will be, right? And I don't think that's necessarily a resident concern as much as, you know, some of this other nuisance stuff.
Well, yeah, I mean, I thought it was ironic maybe that there was a trespassing the day before our hearing.
Yeah.
So, that's the kind of thing, and I mean, again, we have vulnerable adults, and if we have a pattern of trespass, vandalism, burglary, that kind of thing that's happening, is that best for the participants in a daycare
Yeah,
situation
yeah,
like
yeah.
this? That's another consideration. So again, I'm just struggling to know, do we have enough to say yay or nay? That's where I feel.
Well, yeah, so with that though, I think we can tie that in. Like, you know, we're gonna assume that this property will eventually not have trespassing on it, right? Sometime in the future. That's what we want to achieve, right? So, I think putting it on a notice, on a monitor, you know, we can follow up on the special use, like we said with the maintenance, like what have been the police calls since this started, you know, has this trespassing like stopped? You know, there really shouldn't be, I think the police calls should be going way down based on the present uses, right? I think, you know, so I would say that for sure, we should tie the police call to the, like, call rate, some review of the police. So that's what we could, you know, say in the review is the, you know, the review, the, you know, the community and the community impact statements and the police reports.
What would be the specific language we would put in for this, if we were adding this for the motion?
Do you have a suggestion for that?
For the review, for a review.
So yeah, so to add the review with a focus specifically on addressing crime, you know, police calls there and nuisance reports.
I think
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. You did
Okay,
it.
but what is it, you know, is it like, we will review this in person in 12 months?
Yes.
Or
Yes.
that's what it is?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah, I'll come back to our meeting or to the board,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Whatever you want.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not in a position to craft a motion. I'm still iffy on it, but if others are positive and want to craft a motion, they're probably better for it.
Anyone down there want to give it a shot?
Let's vote on it.
Well, we need to say all of the,
We need a motion.
Every-
We need a
and
motion.
everything.
And he doesn't want, he just says no.
no, he doesn't want to make the motion.
Oh,
Well, I maybe no, but it depends on.
Yes, if someone is very creative.
I don't want to make a motion when I vote no. on it.
Yeah, that's also a thing. So, okay. I would like to make a motion to recommend approval to the board for the special use of an adult daycare center at 455 East Main Street, East ND 60118, in conjunction with the village-initiated text amendments to define an adult day service center use, proposed text amendment to permit that use as a special use in the B2 downtown business district, proposed to be included in the allowable uses table as described in section 157050F1 of the zoning ordinance. I'd like to include all of the conditions specified by the police department, and that is included in the packet with 90-day history on recording. Additionally, I would like to make it contingent on the state laws, maintenance laws, are all of our being in complete compliance with our regional, state, and municipal laws. I'd like to add after operation, a review with the board to specifically address nuisance and police call complaints. And one more. I mean, that's going to be in that, the maintenance, with a specific focus on, and then between now, that'll be separate. I'll add that part separate. And the hours, the specific hours, which I believe we saw in the previous one of 8 to 5.
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay. Additionally, I would like, outside of the conditions of the special use, a periodic, I would recommend the board include a periodic review of the maintenance state and building state of this property through the application period.
Any specific number of days for the review?
It continuous until
Yeah.
the opening of the business.
Hmm.
Okay.
Can I ask one clarification on one of the conditions? And I'll defer to the deputy chief. The memo from the police department has a minimum retention period for the recordings of 30 days. Did we want to increase it to 90 days?
90 days.
I think you said 90.
I said 90, yes.
Okay, I
Yes,
just wanted
yes.
to make sure we had a
Yes.
discrepancy between the
Yeah.
memo and that, so I just wanted to make sure.
I liked when Ritter suggested 90.
Longer the better.
Yeah. Yeah, oh, absolutely. I just want to make sure we have the right, we put the number you want.
Yep. So I need a second.
I'll second that.
Any further discussion on this?
No?
No.
Okay.
No, I think we did.
Okay. Commissioner Herr,
No.
Commissioner Kruger,
Yes.
Commissioner Feck,
Yes.
Commissioner Reyes-Braher,
Yes.
Commissioner Stenick,
Yes.
Commissioner, or Chair Brunner.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So, there we go. So I would like to add with the folks who've been here and been very invested in this, we just make the recommendation to the board, which then needs to be considered. If you are still invested in this topic, there will be a hearing in the future, or not a hearing, but a vote on the board that will be what actually grants the special
Either
use.
July 20th or August 3rd.
Okay? Yes, thank you. Thank you really for all your input on this, I really appreciate it.
Do I have to be there for because July 20th, I'm getting the surgery.
You could do August 3rd or August 17th.
First,
Okay, August 3rd it is.
it's not inconvenient.
Oh,
Okay.
would be for, it's not us anymore.
Yeah. Moved on.
It's someone else.
All right, thank you.
Okay, moving on to our next item of business. May I have a motion to open the public hearing for a consideration of a motion for recommendation of the village board regarding a request for a special use to allow tattooing as described in section 157050F1 of the zoning ordinance proposed at 320 North of River Street, East End, Illinois 60118 in the B1 downtown business.
So moved?
Second.
Okay, Commissioner Herr,
Yes.
Commissioner Kruger,
Yes.
Commissioner Feck,
Yes.
Commissioner Reyes-Braher,
Yes.
Commissioner Stenick,
Yes.
Chair Brunner.
Yes. Okay.
I think, maybe thanks are in order for all of your patience.
Yes. Yeah. No. So, Franco, did we receive any comments from the community, email, phone on this topic?
No.
Okay. Do we have the applicant present? Yes.
Hi.
And you'll have to.
Oh, I'm sorry, I remember just one person asking about what type of tattoo this would be, and I said I will find out at the public hearing.
Okay.
That's all.
There you go.
All right, can you please state your name?
Francisco Dominguez.
And you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay. Could you tell us a little bit about your planned use for this property in our town?
Yeah. I plan to open, I guess, a high-end tattoo studio in downtown East Dundee, specializing in high-quality tattooing. I myself, I'm an award-winning tattoo artist. So my main focus is always quality.
Okay. So, and then, did that answer your question? Do you have an additional question for him in terms of, for the resident?
What kinds of tattoos?
Yeah, so could you describe the types of tattoos in general?
I specialize in black and gray realism, but we will also be doing traditional tattoos, color tattoos, color realism, but we mainly focus on black and gray realism.
Mm-hmm. And do you focus on any, is it full body, is it, is there parts that you focus on in terms of?
No, we do back pieces, arm tattoos, full sleeves, leg sleeves, mostly anything really.
Yeah, is there something that you would say that you don't do?
I personally myself don't like doing faces. Other people do, but I guess or like genital areas, we don't do like anything below like private parts.
Okay. Do we have any comments or questions from the,
From us?
yes?
Oh.
I think the pictures you provided for the,
I
for the
like
front of the
that.
building, everything, it looks very nice.
Thank you.
When,
Yeah, it
what
looks-
hour's gonna be?
It looks nice. The only thing I do oppose, and I know the window design is still being finalized, and I know it has a lot of symbolic meaning, but I'd rather see a symbol like at the window, like this, maybe in your business card or inside, but not on the outside.
Okay, so no vinyl on the windows.
Well, maybe you need to obscure it, but
Yeah.
it's just a graphic. I came from inner city Chicago, and to me, this means something else. That's why I'd rather have not any type of affiliation, or at least bring it, tell other people, hey, this is, But I know your meaning is
Yeah.
something different. But when I see this, I think it's something different.
Yeah,
So I strongly oppose that.
yeah.
But if it's something obscured, like frosted, or just something clean, because the downtown area, we want to still have that nice, like homey, at least for me, like old style,
Okay.
East Indian.
So
And
would
I
you-
think, it is important, if this is approved, you'll have to come to our historic society.
For signage?
Or any
All
kind
the
of sign.
signs.
I was gonna ask
Yes.
about that.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah, yeah.
With the lighting and, yes.
Yeah,
that's true.
yeah. I think the actual, so we would talk all about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and by frosted glass, I mean, we don't want people, like little kids, or, seeing inside, like somebody like getting, tattooed.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
to not be able to see inside the shop.
Yes, correct. Uh-huh.
So, I think, I was gonna bring this up in the
Oh.
discussion, but I can ask
Oh,
with
okay.
him, because
Sorry, I jumped
Well-
ahead.
we'll get, we'll talk about it later. But first, if there's other questions,
On the time, hours you have?
From 12 to 8, 12 p.m. to 8 p.m.
yeah.
Oh. That's every day.
Yeah.
So, okay, so then I'm gonna raise this in the public hearing, so we'll have a chance to talk here. I'm gonna talk a little bit about the history of tattooing in East Dundee, and specifically how the village actually put a moratorium on tattooing in East Dundee several years ago. I have the ordinance from 2013 when we did this, and it was because we had in a downtown business a nuisance tattoo parlor, and tattooing was shut down in the business district until we heard of a business that came in and that brought in a different way of looking at it that we thought we could accommodate. And some of you were on the commission here. This is when Willow Birch came in with the medical tattooing,
Yes.
and which is literally 2 doors down from
Right.
this
Surgical,
facility.
cosmetic, surgical.
And we put, so they came in and we put a bunch of restrictions
Yes.
on how they could do it, like appointment only,
Yep.
not visible from the street level, no advertising, and it was a secondary use for their business.
Right.
This was a lot of discussion at our board level, on bringing this back in, and we were okay. They were okay at the time because of that fine use, okay? So that was a perspective. This was open, and that's in 2023 is when we approved that. And you probably did you even know that upstairs on the
No.
corner they do tattooing?
No.
Yeah, that's how good they are at hiding it.
You didn't know?
And I do know met the business owners there, and they've had enough capacity to keep that busy for them, for what they were doing. So I wanted to just bring that up. I'll talk about my opinions
Yeah.
more when we get into the discussion. But then the question would be for you. In this building, obviously in your design, you have it on the first floor. Are you going to have access to the second floor?
No.
No, so just first floor. And then that's why I'm bringing it up now too, is the frosted glass. There would have to be, yes. Yeah, I have it.
This one's the tattoo ordinance for the tattoo artist located in the Elgin Mall from 2024.
Yeah, so, right, and then I have the other one up from Willow and Birch, which is this one. So we've approved additionally since then another tattoo that's in the Elgin Mall facility, which again, it's no visible tattooing. And I know we talked a lot about the advertising for that. I mean, there was
Yes.
even restriction, you know, concerns. I know Charlie isn't here today, but I remember he definitely talked about it at the time. So the ones that we had so those must be local laws between 8 and 8, not visible from the front or exterior sidewalk. For the one that's 2 doors down from you, should not be visible from street view, must comply with local, state, and federal laws. Tattooing should not be allowed before 8 or 8. Tattooing is by appointment only. And the review after 90 days to see how it goes. So that's kind of, I think, the state
Yeah.
of tattooing in the business district,
In the historic district.
in the historic district.
Historic.
Just a clarification that special use is no longer in force as the business closed.
Okay. So it was
The one-
until
the one in downtown or the one?
the one on downtown. So,
But nonetheless, the conditions apply as precedent.
yes. Okay, are there more comments or questions for the applicant? Okay, well then I would make a motion to close the public hearing.
Second. Motion to close.
Chair, Commissioner Hurd,
Yes.
Commissioner Kruger,
Yes.
Commissioner Beck,
Yes.
Commissioner Reyes Braher,
Yes.
Commissioner Stenick,
Yes.
and Chair Brunner.
Yes. Thank you very much. You can
Thank you.
Thank you. Hopefully we won't have to call you back up. So, obviously you heard what I said there.
Yes.
You know, I was talked a lot, you know, with the trustees at the time about this. So I know there was a lot of discussion about it and a lot of concern. Now we have different trustees since then. So obviously it can go back up to them. But I know there was a lot of concern, and definitely from the village president at the time. But again, he's no longer the village president. So, I mean, what are some of your thoughts on what I said, or on what this history is, and you know, the applicability of a tattoo parlor on street level in our historic district?
I feel terrible saying this, but I really wouldn't want to see that on the street level for several reasons. I mean, maybe if it's obscured and it's more private, like what all the points we had and the restrictions we gave to the other location.
Yeah.
Then if it's like that, then I think it would be fine.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I know, like the hours. One of the reasons we did the hours, we didn't, you know, what are we known for in that area?
You don't
We have a
want
lot of people
yeah.
drinking and a lot of people walking around, and we didn't want to have like, you know,
Stick
I got a bad
tattoos.
tattoo
Sure.
in East Dundee.
I got
You
a
know.
crooked face, yes.
Yeah. So I think the other thing that's important to think about our downtown, and we know our village wants to have like a walkable downtown area. And this is the most walkable area in our whole
Mhm.
town. So I think in this place, you know, synergistic businesses make a lot of sense. You want businesses that work together to build a cohesive, like, I'm gonna go here, then go here, then go here. And we talked about this as well with the gaming cafes. Like, we didn't want a gaming cafe downtown because, like, why would someone go to that and not the bar? You know, it's literally
Right.
not cohesive for building traffic with the other businesses that we have in the area. So, obviously, I mean, we have the one up in, I think there's a lot of places that are very applicable for tattooing in East Dundee. But this one, I think I'm more on the, you know, that feeling as well, you know.
I'm surprised that B1 was actually on the
It was,
special use.
it was because this very special
okay.
case, because they, you know.
Covered up scars, right?
Yeah, they started with that, and so when they
Scars.
came in, they said that, and they wanted it, they were wanting to be available for moving to artistic, which they did later on. But it was because because it was totally not noticeable. I mean, there isn't tied to the special use, but you know, also that business's primary business was not tattoo.
No,
You know, they were a storefront.
right,
So it's a couple of these types of things that made it, you know,
right.
acceptable, right? But now it's obviously set, now it's on our books, and
Yeah.
people can apply. So it's, do we want to continue to enforce the spirit of how that was originally done? Or do we want to evolve, you know, into a new way of opening this up?
Well, the one that's in the Elgin Mall, that's out of sight or.
Yeah, that one I think is perfect.
Now, in order to correct this one, we could have the windows frosted, so nothing is seen
Yes,
at street level.
yes.
To make it more compliant or more similar to
Yeah,
the one in the Elgin Mall.
Yeah, I think we said, right, yeah.
And would this be by appointment only, or?
He said both in the application.
Okay.
I think that it said primarily.
Primarily.
Mhm.
Mhm.
But what's good about that, what's generally good about that is there's less advertising.
Mhm.
If you're doing appointment only, you don't need to, you know, be doing
Right.
street
And
advertising.
people
putting up placards.
intentionally plan on going there
Yes.
to get the service, not
Yes, it's not a spur of the moment.
spur of the moment thing, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Do you know what the nature of the nuisances were back in 2013 that caused?
No, I wasn't here. I know about it. It was in the building where Mockingbird is,
Okay.
when it was the cinder block building. Maybe, do you remember this at all, Steve? Yeah.
Yeah, vaguely, yeah.
Yeah. So, it wasn't in 2013 though. That wasn't when, it was way before that.
Mhm.
But we had this, let me pull this, what does this say here? Yeah, the moratorium went in. So I don't know what it was in 2013 that actually did this, where they put the moratorium in for 6 months and they then moved tattooing only out to the M1 districts.
Mhm.
It didn't last long,
Hmm?
didn't last long.
Yeah. So yeah, I think, you know, the talk about that, I mean, they should review it more obviously for the board, but, yeah. Yeah, I don't know any more details. 'Cause we still have Frank.
Yeah.
This is maybe getting into some of the later questions of signage and that sort of thing. In my mind, as I'm thinking about the historic district, doing something that's frosted or tinted looks gross to me.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
true.
having you know, open windows is a much better feel. Now, with that, if we're looking to obscure visible tattooing, you know, I'm looking at the floor plan, and I could imagine there being a partition between, you know, you have the front door, you
Yeah.
have the waiting area and the reception desk or whatever was on there, a partition, then you walk back through there to go to the actual tattoo spot. Seems like that could maybe
That could work.
kill
Maybe
both
something
birds.
that looks like it belongs to the village as part of it. As you look inside with whatever, maybe like the upscale, you know,
Yeah,
nice
nice
woodwork
lighting,
or,
yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
that would look nice.
But yeah, partition, so you couldn't see directly
Mhm.
into a person getting a tattoo in the window.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's,
I could see that.
Yeah,
That's-
that'd be a,
yeah.
Mhm.
I believe, yeah, we can't,
Mhm.
you know, we don't need to facilitate that.
what's that?
Being able to see.
Right,
see
right,
tattoo.
now that's great with a partition, that's kind of what they have here, right? I mean,
No, that looks
well,
like
if we
common.
could add one here, yeah. It's-
And it's hard to know with whatever happened in 2013, if it
That's
was,
a long time ago.
was it related to tattoos or the business owner or, yeah, like, so.
Yeah, what we
so-
have, it says, the,
Short stunt.
Yeah, so I think this one in 2013, I said yeah, because that is when they did 6 months of a moratorium on the review of any tattooing for 6 months in 2013.
Oh, okay.
And then this other business that was down there was, yeah. Yeah. So more or less, they put a moratorium in where they wanted to do a review in 2013, okay? And that was to develop new definitions for more clearly identified tattooing uses, identify whether tattooing uses should be designated as permitted or special uses, determine which zoning districts uses shall be either a permitted or special use, review an impact of tattooing businesses on the development of the business districts, determine if tattooing businesses should be subject to additional regulations. Those were the things, and their decision then was to not allow it in any of the B districts. They put it in M1, in the manufacturing, so out like, in Rock Road,
Industrial park.
the industrial
Yeah.
park. Which is another ordinance from, I don't have that one up, but I saw that's another one from 2013 that they did later. It was, yeah, so it did it to M2, so it's 1345, where they did it to M2 and special use in M1 and permitted in M2.
Interesting. Okay.
So I think the summary then of this is essentially, there was a review in 2013 to limit it. We opened it up in 2023 for in a very conditional way in the business district.
Right.
That was the intent. Like I
Yeah,
said, that's just the
correct.
intent.
Right.
Okay.
I mean, just my other thought, I mean, it's 2026. I think a lot of people see high-end tattoos. We're not talking, I mean, we're talking about a high-end experience like you'd see in a lot of high-end places. They're considered art. It could bring other people to the town that have never been here and then frequent all the other businesses. I mean, it's a different time than it was in 2013.
That's true.
But I agree. I mean, we shouldn't be seeing people get a tattoo through the window. I think there's a lot of,
Yeah,
ways
yeah,
forward.
they have a partition.
Yeah.
And, I think they did a nice job with the design and the lighting, and
Yeah.
it looks very,
Inviting.
yeah, it does. It does.
Okay. So I'd like someone else to make the motion on this one.
Unless we got you out of breath.
Yeah, well, and put in the conditions that you feel are
I'm not gonna say
required.
it right.
What are the, if you guys want, I can make a motion, if you can tell me some of the conditions that you were thinking of.
Right.
Partition,
Okay.
not to be
Like they're
seen
not
from the street.
Not-
visible.
Yeah, not visible.
You want to
But
appoint it?
I think they did a nice job, though. Maybe, like it was said, the logo could be toned down, or maybe, have it like a shadow, where it's.
I would suggest that we don't put anything about the signage in the zoning. That'll go through a different permitting and an approval
Okay.
process.
Okay.
But certainly can include, as the other previous approval of a tattoo facility had the general condition of no visible tattooing.
would
And
you-
however that's accomplished.
Would you, yeah, so we could just do, if you want to make it easy, we could just do the ones that were for the Willowing Bridge, which were not visible from street view,
Right.
which you could say a partition makes it not
Partition
visible.
would do it.
Because it says tattooing services should not be visible from street view. To me, that involves the machines and the act of doing it, right?
Right.
Applicant must comply with state laws, that one's fine. Should be 8 to 8, which I think that's what he said as well.
12 to 8 is what
12 to
I
8,
thought.
12 to 8, so, okay, 12 to 8. You can decide on adding the appointment only if you want.
Yes.
And then they had a review after 90 days to make sure that they're complying, that they're in compliance with the conditions. That was what we did for Willow.
That works here too.
Can I ask a question?
When you're ready for something. No, we would have to reopen the public hearing.
Well, I didn't know you were gonna bring up appointment only. Because that could be a problem.
Yeah, so we're
Use
gonna,
all the avenues of
I'll say the one thing here, and then if we have to do, we'd have to open it up
the.
again.
There's-
We're gonna recommend it. We can recommend it like this, the board gets to decide.
Okay.
And you can say it makes the business, unfeasible.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes. So, so I will do it. Do you want to do it in a way?
I got it, it's like you can do it every time.
What's that?
I'd be happy to do it, I just want to make sure I get this right if I'm.
You could say that the conditions as outlined in ordinance number 23-16, with the exception of number 3 from noon to 8 p.m., and just keep it simple like that. Or if you want to read it all, go right ahead.
Yeah, if you want to do it all.
Decision's yours.
Well, I already forgot the ordinance number.
It's ordinance number 23-16.
All right, well, whatever. I will move to recommend to the village board to grant a special use allowing for tattooing as described in section 157.050 F1 of the zoning ordinance proposed at 320 North River Street, East Dundee, Illinois, 60118 in the B1 Downtown Business District, with the additional stipulations as outlined in ordinance number 2316, and with the hours of operation 12 p.m. to 8 p.m.
Yeah.
Second it.
Okay, we have Commissioner Hurd,
Yes.
Commissioner Kruger,
Yes.
Commissioner Feck,
Yes.
Commissioner Reyes-Braher,
Yes.
Commissioner Stenick,
Yes.
and Chair Brunner.
No.
Okay. Good.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, moving on to our next item of business. There you go. Thank you for your attendance and your presentation. Thanks.
And this will go to the July 20th Village Board meeting.
Thank you.
So I would like to make a motion to open the public hearing regarding the consideration of a motion for recommendation to the village board regarding a request for a special use to allow for a banquet hall as described in section 157050 F1D2 of the zoning ordinance proposed at 521 Dundee Avenue, East Dundee, Illinois, 60118 in the B3 Business District.
Second.
Okay. Commissioner Hurd,
Yes.
Commissioner Kruger,
Yes.
Commissioner Feck,
Yes.
Commissioner Reyes-Braher,
Yes.
Commissioner Stenick,
Yes.
Chair Brunner.
Yes. So, Franco, did we get any feedback from the community or the business owners in regards to this special use?
I did receive comment from one neighboring property owner that it has a contiguous parking lot. Neither objecting or recommending, but wanted to let the PZHC and the village board be cognizant of the parking situation as it relates to a banquet hall special use. I did receive a formal objection in writing by another surrounding business owner completely objecting to the approval of this banquet hall special use due to the vehicular concerns.
Okay.
Vehicular meaning parking.
Parking in and out, traffic.
Yeah, and these are both of the other retail.
It shares the common area with the other two property owners. That strip mall is divided in half, actually. There's two separate owners there.
Yeah, so does this unit have any of its own parking, this property?
This property has, I believe, 23 spaces, as outlined in the memo, which complies with the parking spaces required of a restaurant. So this is, you know, this is an existing building, they're not
Yes.
building a building, it was always a restaurant, it was
Right.
closed for a few years under construction. It was permitted by that, code that permits the parking. However, our code is silent on banquet hall parking and spaces required. My memo also outlines that restaurant could have staggered customers throughout the day, whereas a banquet hall has many people and many services associated, like florist, DJ, security, associated with a one-time hour event, which could be further constrained on the parking.
Because we have a banquet hall further down 25 south,
Oh,
right?
it's very,
Their model was different, whereas this applicant was proposing up to 150 guests.
Okay.
and that building can facilitate 150?
Yes, their plans outline that if it's not a restaurant, they could just have the whole place be the banquet hall.
Got it.
This
This one
under
or
the
the one
plans.
south?
The one in question.
That's
one
this
question.
one, right, 25. This is the one we approved.
Yeah, so where is that, I was gonna ask.
It's right, it's.
Sorry, I mean, where is that in the process? Is it still happening?
I didn't know.
So the other one that's in the strip mall that we approved back in September of last year,
They got their ordinance passed, they got their business license, and they could start whenever they want.
Okay.
Yeah, that's in the gym, right?
No,
It's doubles.
Yeah. So in this property here, I looked through our ordinance for 521, and it says, it looks like it's operating as a banquet hall right now, or it was operating as a banquet hall?
It was operating as a restaurant.
Okay.
It was
And it was
originally a
closed for a few
Wags
years.
restaurant.
Yeah, it's Wags.
When it
Okay.
first got built, yeah.
Okay, I was trying to read through some of the history of it, and the way it was logoed, I thought it was a party place. But okay, it was like a buffet restaurant.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
That was the last use. I think the sign's still up there.
Yeah, it says
Yeah.
Salon de Fiestas, is what,
What was it before?
they said it was a Wag.
Yeah, it was a Wags
what it looks like.
when
It
it
looks like
first
a
opened,
Wags.
a Walgreens like restaurant. Remember those?
I remember
They
the
all
old
went
What is
under.
it, what
Best
is it
mashed
now?
potatoes.
What was it now? Like, 'cause,
Oh, what was it now?
That's all I remember.
yeah.
I don't know. I think it was some kind of restaurant.
It's like a restaurant.
but
Okay.
Oh, I
the s-
know, so I
The
just
sign
see
is
it.
still there.
So you turn in off 25 going, like you're going to
Yeah,
Dundee,
kinda
and
in
it's
front
right
of
there?
where the or where the
It's got the
Elgin
blue roof.
Mall is.
Huh?
It's got the blue roof in between the
Oh, yeah, I
Royals
remember the
game
restaurant.
Yeah, that's right.
and
So
Brown's
it's gonna be
Chicken.
there.
Yes.
But and whenever they have the banquet or if it's a nighttime, there's not gonna be anybody there anyway, as far as parking spaces.
If they can use the
If
neighboring
it's after
lot.
5 or 6,
Yeah.
is my point.
Yeah.
So
but
one
they-
thing for the PZHC to consider and maybe make as part of a recommendation is that they should seek agreements themselves with the neighboring property owners that
Yeah.
own this
Right.
parking
With the
Yes.
hours of
Because
use.
essentially, you know, you've seen this at other high-demand restaurant, like parking areas where
Right.
they'll say that patrons of this business can't park here. Essentially,
It can be tough.
these other owners can do that
Right.
in their parking lots, you know?
Right.
And that'd be a horrible situation.
Right.
You don't want them putting up those signs.
So if they talk to Elgin Mall, they have a lot of parking, is my point.
Yeah.
Especially if it's after 5 or 6 o'clock,
Yes. So,
That would
depending
be,
hours.
okay.
That's my thought, that's all.
So yes, and I believe here we have the applicants. So if you guys could come up and talk a little bit about what you're thinking, and you've heard some of our conversation as we're working through the parking discussion and the neighbors.
Yeah, of
So-
course.
if you want to just state your name, please.
Yep, Kevin Valenzuela.
Okay, Kevin, and you swear to tell, and raise your hand, thank you. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you.
So yeah, we just want to start the banquet hall. It's a Mexican restaurant and banquet hall, the second location. It's gonna be breakfast, brunch, and then later on it's gonna be the banquet hall, right? Usually parties, quinceañeras, weddings, baptisms are usually after 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, only on the weekends, right? Sometimes we'll have maybe special events during the week, right? If they request it, maybe they want to do like a private dinner or something like that, 50 people. But usually, I highly doubt it's going to be 150 guests. Our other location is max 300 people. So our big parties are going to be at our Elgin location. Our smaller events are going to be at this location.
Yeah.
Just with the economy and everything, we want to make another location where they can have smaller events where we don't have to push away people.
Yeah, and I saw this as Carmina's, and I assume that's the Carmina's on Randall Road.
Correct.
In Elgin.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
It's been there for
20
24 years.
Yeah.
24 years.
Yeah.
Been there, yeah.
Yeah, so we're remodeling everything inside is completely remodeled. And right now we're working on the outside finally, just kind of making it more pretty again, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So when, do you have a feel, seeing how you run these larger parties at that 300 place, like when you have a large party, how many cars come to that?
Everyone carpools. I mean, everyone, like, per car, everyone's, 4 people usually, you know what I mean? Sometimes we have a huge parking lot at Carmina's. I mean,
Yeah.
front and back, and it never gets filled up. You know what I mean? And the restaurant's completely packed, and then also the banquet hall, right? So a lot of people carpool with that situation
Yeah.
too.
So you heard our interim village administrator here bringing up the concerns of some of your neighbors. Have you heard of these yet? Is this your first time hearing of them?
Correct. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So, and then you understand, I guess, the complication of the spot with the 22 spots? You have 22 spots?
About 23.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because it was a special events before as well. That's why I was kind of confused. They did do banquet halls there and events prior. I think the old Fiesta location.
I think in a few years ago, the village made banquet halls a special use.
Yeah, this is what I was trying
yeah.
to get to earlier about the banquet hall. I looked for the banquet hall special use, which didn't exist on this because we
Correct.
did make it,
Correct.
recently.
Right.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's why,
Sure.
yeah.
Mhm.
And that's why it's switching over. Now we're having to, as it changes as business owner, we're trying to get it,
Right.
in compliance with our other banquet hall uses.
Right.
But what do we have to do, I guess, to make them happy as well? Obviously, they're our neighbors, so we want to make sure everyone's, working together. If we
Yeah.
we need to come into agreement, I mean, we're really good friends with the Elgin Mall.
Good.
The people that are there, the owners, not of
Yeah.
the building, but the actual owners of the Elgin Mall.
Yeah.
So maybe I can talk to them and say, hey, maybe if they want to, whatever they have to do, make an agreement that, after a certain time, they can use the parking space.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially given their hours. I mean, they have.
They're Thursday through Sunday, I believe 11 or 10 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Now
Yeah.
open Mondays too.
Oh,
Mondays,
I
yep.
saw that, yeah.
cool.
Mhm.
Yeah, so then perhaps there could be something like, we could just say, do you think we could then, if they just got approval with them, they could say, you would always guide your guests that way
Correct.
into their lot.
Yeah, I think, and Caitlin, you could let me know if this is overstepping, but I think it's part of the condition would be, before going to the village board, show agreements that they have access and license and access agreement with the other property owners to use the parking stalls and whatever agreement they have with those 2 other property owners prior to this being passed at the village board, so the village board sees that they have those agreements in place.
Yeah, we can do it before the village board. You could require it and then, have some sort of, if we don't want to wait for or depending on how long it might take, if it wants to go to the board, we could have it still as a condition, but then, that the village administratively would have to approve the parking plan or the agreements with the others before it could get business license or, occupancy permits or anything else that it would need. So either way, certainly can make sure that those are done before and reviewed at a certain level, whether it's by the board or administratively, to ensure that there's adequate parking.
Yeah, sounds great.
I
Okay.
think that's logical.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, really, we just need one of them, essentially, as long as they have enough spots.
I think the northern lot has more spots
The northern lot has more spots.
So what,
because it's.
so at night you'd be open, like if you had a big party at night,
How
how
late?
long would you have it up? Usually 11?
It depends on liquor license too.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep.
Good point.
So it just depends on it. At the Elgin location, on Friday and Saturdays, we have till 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
We rarely ever, in the amount of time that we've been there, we barely even go to 2 o'clock. It's usually 12.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just
So,
curious.
yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Yep.
this is, and we should probably look at what we did for 451?
Yeah.
Yeah, the time restrictions. Mainly because
Senior center.
the senior center is right there.
Yeah.
They're a little farther
Residents.
away and they're right on the road, so it's less of an issue.
Right.
I am concerned if it's like after 12. and
Yeah.
You could still drink and.
Yeah, I mean, the discussion we had, I mean, we can have this more, I guess, in the other discussion.
Mhm.
Is there, so the East Dundee liquor licenses, which you don't have yet, right?
I
Yeah.
think we have another meeting
Yeah.
in a
Oh,
couple
okay.
weeks. Yep.
So it is Friday and Saturday is 2 a.m.
Yes,
as far
it
as
is,
I remember, right? And then it's 1 a.m. the other night?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, so
Yep.
that's what would be East Dundee.
Yep.
But, like if we had a restriction at midnight, is that acceptable? Would that be acceptable to you guys?
Usually in our culture, usually like sometimes they extend it maybe an hour. That's usually what I get. Mostly it's till 1 o'clock usually, right?
Okay.
What we did do to avoid the situation with like the music and stuff like that is insulating the whole building. We insulated everything, foam.
Yeah, yeah.
So that way there's obviously no noise coming from the street in and no noise coming outside as well to try to avoid that.
I was going to ask about the music because of the seniors, and we did bring this
Yeah.
up in the last time.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Because there was we don't want
Yeah.
complaints.
Yep, and that's why we went with that, just to
Yeah.
make sure there's, like, our neighbors are also not, complaining about anything, so.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, it is
right.
nice that they're freestanding.
Correct.
Separate and right on 25.
Right.
Right, they're not
So-
sitting back, they're up front.
Yeah, yeah.
You can hear
And
the
another
traffic.
100
Fire
yards
trucks.
south.
Nice to see that.
River
Yeah.
There's a
Haven.
fire truck right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. What was tricky about 451 is the houses were literally
Yeah.
across the road, right? The
Right,
residences were
right.
across the road.
No, this is,
This one's further out.
yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. So I think I'm good here, but I'm gonna have some questions. Do we have any more for the applicant?
I don't.
Exterior, what are you thinking, are you recladding or are you painting? What do you, on the exterior?
Yeah, I don't know
What are
if you guys have been here recently, within a week, we just refinished the whole brick.
Oh,
Before
wow.
it used to be stucco,
Okay.
and then it had concrete on top of that, the brick.
Great.
So it was horrible, but now everything's all refinished. It looks like brand new brick now.
Nice.
And now what we're doing is, I think next week, Monday or Tuesday, the new doors come in. It's all glass doors as well. On top, the roof is already painted, and then we just need to finish the gutters and painting that as well. It's
Nice.
going to be brand new. We want to keep the same brick, since Carmina's, the Elgin location, is all brick. We want to keep kind of the same look as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Some nice, and then only a suggestion, some nice lighting, uplighting.
Yes, 100%.
Landscaping, that kind of thing, like maintain it.
Yeah.
Because it's such a busy road that when I drive there, like it was an eyesore, but
Yeah.
I can't wait to see what you do.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, trust me, it's going to look really nice.
I want to be proud,
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. No, it's going to be really nice landscaping. We're trying to do it actually before the winter starts, so that way we can kind of get everything all nice and shaped up for everything.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Look great in the spring.
Yeah, it's going
Yeah.
to look really good.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Okay, anything else?
No, nope.
Okay, great.
Oh, just a small curiosity, but
Yeah.
I noticed part of the plan was to open an outdoor patio,
Yes.
and then that's for the restaurant, but then no alcohol from banquets allowed out there. So,
Nope.
what's your plan to kind of, if people go, oh, this is a great looking place out there to go drink on, what's the way to block that? Or,
Security. We have security no matter what for all of our banquet halls, all of our events. So no matter what, they can't take any alcohol outside of the building, and no alcohol can come into the building either.
Oh, good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because,
Yeah.
I know our culture, they like, the uncles
Bottles.
like to bring the
Yep.
beer and, yeah, okay.
Yeah, but we've been there for 24 years. That's true.
Just saying, like,
But no, I mean, our security is really good. They just check all the bags and make sure nothing comes in,
Right.
so we can control and make sure they're not
Yeah,
over
yeah.
drinking, right? Because our bartenders are, know how much anyone can drink, but if they bring something in, obviously that's where they get kind of
Yeah.
crazy.
Okay, great.
good.
So, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Thanks,
Thanks.
yeah. So, Chief Ritter, Deputy Chief Ritter, just a quick question on this, because you weren't here, I think, when we talked about it with 451. I think we got some great answers at the end that will help in regards to something.
Yes.
But one of the things that we were concerned about when we did the 451 hearing was this is a new place where there's going to be people drinking late night that you're going to have to patrol,
Mm-hmm.
right? Now, you heard them having security, that's gonna really be tight on trying to bring, controlling alcohol coming in and out. It was one of the reasons we set the time that we did. We didn't want late night people like bringing stuff out to the parking lot and, drinking in the parking lot after the party was done, and I just can see that type of thing happening in a situation like this, but they have their security. Is there other things or other concerns you would have with this type of facility, like with late night drinking in that part
Yes.
of town? Okay.
I have
Yes.
a lot to say. Thank you for the opportunity. As I've been here 17 years, I'm well versed in noise complaints. We've dealt with it in a number of locations. We continue to deal with it just up the way with La Mariscara and Lulu's. Side note, don't ever approve music with a shared wall, please, because that is a part of the problem there. So noise is a concern of mine. We used to have more problems at Copacabana. That has kind of died down. I don't think they've been as busy though. I have the map up of the property as I'm looking at this, and I'm trying to see what my residential concerns might be. Obviously, the senior citizen home isn't too far off. If we make the suggestion for the alcohol permit, I think it would be advantageous for us to make it stop at 1 o'clock. We spend most of our time at the bars on Friday and Saturday night at 2 o'clock for bar close. A lot of our resources are spent down there, so if you staggered the time, that would be a tremendous help for us. As we get to know the property and know if we need to pay more attention, maybe it's just 1 or 2 of the night shift officers who would be there versus, at bar close, it's usually all 4 officers downtown at both ends of town, kind of a thing. So those are my concerns. You never know what type of security. I mean, it sounds like they have experience with hiring security, that they've done it before. I think Copacabana went through a couple of different security firms and finally found a good one, which has been helpful in the past for us. I would also encourage to make sure lighting is good within the parking lot. I don't know if it might not just be up to him, but to the property owners surrounding the business. Copacabana had exterior lights out for years, which made it very difficult to patrol because, even the owners from Copa would call us and say, and I may have gotten this not that long ago, we have guests leaving to go have drinks in the car and then coming back, which isn't good for a business because that's not how you make your money. It makes it difficult to do without lighting for us. So proper lighting throughout the whole parking lot would be very helpful, and again, not just around his property, but maybe the whole property. So those are my concerns. Obviously, personally, I like a building filled versus vacant. Vacancy always has the potential to bring crime too. It just doesn't impact, somebody in particular. It's just a vacant building, but crime still happens there. Those are my 2 concerns, and I think stopping liquor sales at least by no later than 1 would be helpful for us, and then
So you would want 1 on the on Friday, Saturday, and then 12 on the weekdays, or 1 a.m. fine every day?
As long as it's an hour before bar close. Really, it's Fridays and Saturdays. We spend all our time at bar close downtown. It's usually not as overwhelming number-wise during the week. Also, Q and I talking here to the side, he said he was looking at the plans, and he doesn't see anything in the plans for specific noise density construction. So I would just make that part of it as well. Maybe it's not on the current plans that Q has, but any way we can prevent the noise from coming out. 17 years of dealing with that. So
Yeah.
it never ends for us.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So.
So do we have any questions for Deputy Chief Ritter on this?
Think through.
The other banquet space that's nearby, have there been issues there with like drinking or hanging out or? I don't know.
Anytime you serve alcohol anywhere,
is,
there's
don't you?
always going to be problems. It really is. I mean, it's not specific to the banquet halls. It's anywhere you can get alcohol. Someone's always going to overconsume.
All right. Do we need more police patrolling that area? I don't know.
Well,
Sounds like it.
I'm very happy with the way we're staffed currently.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes. At this point, I wouldn't ask for more officers. Chief and I talk about this on a daily.
No,
so,
I love when I
but-
see you guys driving by my neighborhood. So
Yeah,
I'm so
great.
happy.
I'm glad to hear that.
yeah.
I wave. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Yes, thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no, I appreciate the opportunity.
Yeah, no, it's good, you know.
It's helpful to have the police that sort of
Yes.
Yes.
sheds light in a different
It
perspective.
really does.
Good
Thank you.
recommendations.
Yes. So I mean, yeah, because that's, I've heard them bring this up before, you know. Yes, we get a concentration of, you know, disturbances in one place, but then that's just the one place the officers have to be. So as we make, you know, different multiple places, it gets, you know, complicated. The other part, it's not today, but I've heard at the truck parking as an area that takes a lot of, you know, police resources.
Oh
That
my
one
gosh.
wouldn't, you know, necessarily assume.
I didn't know
So,
that. Okay.
yeah.
Good
More
to
so
know.
during the daytime than nighttime.
Yeah.
But yeah, truck parking is
When you discover the crime after.
after the fact, yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Is there anything after hearing that you would like to add? I mean, you don't need to. I'm
Yeah.
just saying.
I think what-
If you do need to speak, you have to come up, be sworn in.
Yeah, my name is Francisco Rezola, and I've been in the area.
Can you raise your right hand, please? Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you.
Yeah, my name is Francisco Rezola, as I was saying, and I've been in this area for the longest. And I just want you guys to give us the opportunity to work with East Andy. Mostly it's going to be focused on breakfast and banquets, but if we don't do good on breakfast, you know, a second option will be banquets. But it's only Saturdays and Fridays and Saturdays, if any. Sometimes during the winter we don't have any banquets. However, because people don't really plan to do parties at winter time. So breakfast mainly is our 80-90% of our business. What we thinking that it's gonna go for.
Yeah.
So hopefully you guys will give us the opportunity to work, and then we will manage to.
Yeah. No, I think, you know, hearing the testimony from everyone here, you can understand what we think about in the village when a new business comes in. You know, what are going to be the impacts, and you know, and I think the sentiment you're providing here is exactly, you know, the way we like to work with our business owners. So thank you with that. And then, you know, you're hearing this. You know we're concerned about it. You know, so stay on top of it. If you get the special use, stay on top of these types of concerns, and you know.
Yeah, we do have a lot of experience. We know how to handle it, and most of the
Yeah.
stuff we try to avoid any problems whatsoever. We don't really want the police to be, you know, if it's not necessary. Security does really good. It's a company that we hire, so they give us, you know, good security.
So with you up here, then you heard the three things, which was, you know, more exterior lighting on your facility and the parking, making sure that that's, you know, always up and running. We don't have broken lights. The 1 a.m. kind of cut for service, and then would you want like last call at 12:30?
Yeah.
Yeah, usually we always encourage last call, depending on how many
Yeah,
people are there, right? If
Yeah.
Last call is different at Diamond Gyms than it is at Banditos or BC.
Yeah. Because usually 1:30 at the 2 a.m. one. So this, okay, and yeah, maybe something to read into that. And then this noise density comment that was brought up, you know, from the fire marshal. Is there any the noise density material in the construction? Is that not in the plans that the fire department has?
It wasn't originally, but we did the foam just because we thought it was going to add more protection to the building. First of all, with the heat,
stuff, right? And then also for sound, right? But I think that is making it really loud in there. I mean, it's a small place. You can't put that much sound inside.
Yeah, so, or what you're saying is what he has, you've done something that he isn't aware of.
Okay.
Is that what you're saying? Do we,
I'm not sure.
yeah, so you did something that's not on the plans, 'cause you
Okay.
won't,
You gotta get sworn
you
in.
gotta get sworn.
Okay.
I'm glad I'm not taking these minutes.
Yeah.
Can you state your name, please?
Mark Petrocchi, Fire Marshal, East Dundee Fire District.
And you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do.
Thanks.
You guys mind? I'll just turn a little bit.
Yeah.
The only recommendation, any deviation from your approved plans with the building department, the village of East Dundee, and with the fire district, just make sure you come for, permit changes or variance changes. We didn't know about the foam, sprinklers, we got check flame rating. You guys discussed an outdoor patio. I have no idea where you're gonna put that. So, just make sure you stay up on your building plans. If you're gonna change anything on the stamp plans, you gotta let them know before it's done.
Yep.
So we'll talk with Chris and Mary next week. I'll get together with him and we'll have a meeting on the side.
Yeah.
Does that work?
Yeah, you got it. Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Some people just don't know. Sometimes they're like, I'm gonna change something. They don't understand. That's all. Education.
Yeah,
Thank you.
okay.
Thank you.
Yep. And yeah, just I guess they're worried about like the police presence and all that stuff, but I just want to just make sure that we've been there for 24 years, and you can ask around as well. Like Carmina's is very to their own, to their people. It's family oriented, so just it's not like other banquet halls. So just I want to just make a point of that as well.
Okay,
Thank
great.
you.
Yep.
Thank you.
Oh,
Yep.
one last question.
Yes,
What
yes.
type of Mexican food we're talking about? What region?
It's,
I'm just curious.
that's a good question.
What region?
It's
Because
more
I'm very-
Jalisco.
Jalisco?
Yeah, so it's gonna be about 20 types of chilaquiles. There's gonna be my mom's homemade breakfast. Everything that my mom makes is gonna be on that menu.
Oh,
And it's gonna be.
You're gonna be busy now.
Oh yeah. It's gonna be fresh tortillas, handmade tortillas, café de olla.
handmade, okay.
Yeah. So it's gonna be really good, really authentic Mexican food. I just thought that I'd like to make new businesses where it's not the same thing everywhere. I like to make something new and offer to the community. You know what I mean? There's a lot of breakfast
Hopefully,
places, but
yeah.
it's something
yeah,
different.
There is, and some are not good.
Yeah.
So hopefully you have blue tortillas in there. I don't know.
Everyone's asking about that.
Yes. Or the pink ones too.
Would the breakfast be like the banquet? It would be like a banquet. It wouldn't be like a restaurant
No, it's a
breakfast,
It's
right?
a restaurant.
So the banquet hall would have different food. Yeah, it would be
Uh-huh.
more Mexican food, like the ones that have Elgin,
Uh-huh.
and then also offer Italian food as well. That we have two different types in case they want to switch up the menus.
Yeah, and I don't see enough staging area in your back of house for catering. I do a lot of 20
Yeah.
years of doing restaurants.
Yep.
And I don't see enough space for you to stage or do that. But you guys talk to your architect, so they should be able to tell you that.
The whole
I don't
back.
see it.
You're talking about the backside?
Yeah, the back of house.
Yeah, the back of house. So the front is going to be the main kitchen area, and the back of the house will be staging for the plates in the back.
Yeah, I don't see it. That's what I'm getting at. But that's okay.
Yeah.
I do
We'll
a
talk
lot
to
of these.
architect. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Not a question, just a comment, just to kind of piggyback on some of the other things. I think my knowledge of the area there on Randall, where you guys are, this is a different place with a different history and different things that have happened. And so my hope is that this elevates it.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, thank
Yeah.
you, Will.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
thank you.
Thank you.
Anything else?
No.
Okay, I'd like to make a motion then to close the public hearing.
Second?
Commissioner Hurd,
Yes.
Commissioner Kruger,
Yes.
Commissioner Feck,
Yes.
Commissioner Reyes-Braher.
Yes.
Commissioner Stenick,
Yes.
Chair Brunick.
Yes. Okay, so, obviously we got the conditions from the police department. Those seem, I think, very reasonable. We got the, recommendation from Franco to, work with the, other, parking lot,
Property owners.
property owners.
Deal. Yeah.
Are there other concerns that we have that we'd like to maybe talk about?
Mine are just kind of related to everything we talked about at the other banquet hall in the same, different facility, but the same kind of complex. I know it's a little bit different. Noise, I'm less worried about the noise. I think that's kind of covered. But we talked about a lot of stuff with the, we had last call alcohol service at 11 for them. And they were also limited to Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That we had in our recommendation that I'm pretty sure was passed.
Yes, it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Banquet can only be 9 a.m. to midnight.
Right.
They can be extended or modified by approval of the village board.
Right.
Special use must end by 11 of alcohol.
Service of alcohol.
Yes. Banquet activity, special use related alcohol must end at 11 p.m.
So, I mean, that's what we had done before. I know that's earlier than what they're maybe hoping.
Yeah.
And more limited days than what they're hoping.
Yeah.
But I don't know how we square that. So,
But they're having breakfast in the morning, right?
Yes.
Every day?
Yes.
yes.
It
So
sounded
it'd
like
be
it.
mainly the restaurant first, for breakfast.
Yeah, but we're just dealing with the banquet.
Yeah.
Right, that's what I'm saying, but mainly they'll be doing the restaurant.
Yeah, that was the explanation was they expected the core business to be the restaurant.
Right,
And
okay.
this would be a way to get some additional revenue if
Right.
the restaurant wasn't
Okay.
maybe hitting the numbers they
Okay.
they needed. Because obviously it will impact their restaurant if they were open later. Actually, did we get the hours of the restaurant?
I think it said 9 to 2 or something.
9 to 2, okay. So the
I
banquets
if
we
I'm
never
wrong,
really,
sorry, I think it was on.
yeah, so the banquet hours would never impact
No.
the restaurant hours.
I don't know if this is, if I've asked this before, but I'm a little bit wondering about our definition of banquet hall in the municipal code. Because it just defined it as a business conducted on premises at which the exclusive activity is the hosting of private events, which this is not. Right? So I don't know if that puts us in any kind of, like, I'm not saying that I'm against it, just trying to understand the language of the definition in the code.
Can you repeat that again?
A business conducted, so a banquet hall
Uh-huh.
is a business conducted on premises at which the exclusive activity is the hosting of private events with food and or beverage consumption at a prearranged fixed enterprise.
Yeah, so for example, if we want to walk down this path,
Okay.
several of our places, support renting out parts of the building. Got bars, too. For example, Rosie's, their upstairs can be rented out
Right,
for
right.
a special event. It can
Right.
do that forever. Is that a banquet hall? I mean, I think in this case, you would say, one of the distinctions you can make, at least in their case, they never shut down their main business to do that.
Right.
Their business operates on the first floor, while that party is going on the second floor, so it's not exclusive use for a banquet.
Right.
And they don't advertise it as such, like renting out their whole space. That operates during their non-business hours.
Right.
They don't open special hours for banquets. It always, so here, now I want to hear what Franco and the legal counsel say.
Yeah.
But in this case, where they say specifically, their core business hours are, morning till 2, and then this is something that they're doing
Right.
exclusively.
Almost like a separate
separate.
entity.
Yeah, it's using the
Yeah.
property for a second purpose.
Right.
That is independent from the primary purpose. And really, the way they describe it, you see it, it's going to
Right.
function totally different. And that makes it no longer, you can't really piggyback off of the primary use then, is the way I would think. I mean, it seems to start being different, but I'd really be interested in your.
I think you hit the nail on the head.
Okay.
It's the use,
Yeah, see,
Yeah.
the uses are separate, it's not like a.
it's not the building, it's
Yeah,
the
right.
use.
Yeah, and I think this is distinct from like a private room at like a restaurant
Right.
where
Right.
they're just, it's a larger party, like ordering off the menu and, it's
Yeah.
it's a completely separate.
Yeah, I mean,
It does say premises, that's what I'm keying in on.
Right.
So I'm bringing this up not because I don't want to do this, but because I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
maybe our definition ought to change. In that case, if we're going off of use, not premises, maybe we should not have premises in the definitions. But maybe that's another day kind of
Good
thing.
premises.
Yeah.
so I think, so note to take. So do we want to, so the property, there are some unique things, I think, separate from the 450 property where this is located. And I think some of the restrictions on 450 we didn't know we haven't heard now of issues with 450. We saw some of that, so we were a little concerned.
They're not open yet.
Oh, they have a business license, but we don't know if they've.
Yeah, we don't know if
any.
they're, right, we don't know if they've booked any.
Yeah,
Right.
okay.
Right.
So we have to make a decision
Yep.
on which, like, why we would include some of these or not, that we did for 450.
Mhm.
So the first one, comply with the ordinances of the fire codes. We're gonna do that one.
And this is
Right.
regarding you're referencing ordinance number 2546.
Let me be 100% sure that that's the one. Yes. I love how our website makes it so easy to find these. Now I gotta find that, like, I was right on the section.
Yeah, page two.
There you go. So, that first one,
This is for 450.
yeah. So it's comply with all of our stuff. It says physical outdoor marketing for specific or individual events or displays or lighting, promoting or advertising of the banquet hall's specific individual events other than what is permitted under the village code is prohibited without the prior approval of the board. And that was, we didn't want, if I remember correctly, we didn't want them like advertising walk-ins essentially. It should be invitee, targeted banquets. Okay. And then the things have to be, everything needs to be inside. So all entertainment and banquet related events and rentals must be confined to the interior of the property. We already heard how they're not gonna do something with the patio.
Right.
Requirements of village code in regards to sale of alcoholic liquor, noise regulation requirements, and all fire and building codes, again, tying into the fire code, tying into not drinking in cars, things like that would all very
Right.
much fall into that section. Bringing in alcohol, violating the liquor licenses, essentially. Then the property must not receive more than 3 noise ordinance citations within a 12-month period. We put that in there. Banquet would be tied to those specific hours that you said, or referenced earlier, which is Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays between 9 and midnight. They can be extended by special approval by the board. I like that as an opportunity.
I agree.
Yeah. And banquet, the alcohol use must end at 11, and then they agree for a staff on a 12-month review. So of those, were there any that really were like, we should not do, we should not recommend?
I like them all, but,
Yeah.
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 Anybody?
Yeah, so, obviously the session's closed, they didn't hear these recommendations. These could go to the, to the board for negotiation on the specific ones.
Okay.
Yep.
Our justification would be following in line.
Just being
with the-
consistent.
Yeah, this is
We can
worked.
change, we can change
Correct.
some of the hours, I think that could be fine if we
Yeah.
want.
But we're more flexible with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what if that says these hours may be extended or modified by the approval of the village board? Would we want to say these days and hours?
Yeah.
Because they wanted potentially to do something Monday through Thursday if it came up. Would that be something that if they wanted to do a Wednesday?
Yeah,
They'd be able to
yeah,
get
that would
as
be
an
fine.
approval?
Yeah.
You can make a note of that, right? Yeah.
Okay. You want me to try to make a motion on this?
Yes, please.
Okay.
You're so good at it.
Okay.
You're a professional.
Okay. So, I would like to make a motion to recommend approval of a special use for, gosh, I gotta find this.
2546.
Yeah, for, which one? 3, yes. I recommended to the village board regarding requests for a special use for a banquet hall as described in section 157050F1D2 of the zoning ordinance proposed at 521 Dundee Avenue, East Dundee, Illinois 60118 in the B3 service district with the additional requirements on, or conditions on the special use to require functional, consistent exterior lighting on the building and in the parking lots. An agreement with the property owners to reach the appropriate number of parking spots, more or less leased from 1 or 2 of the adjacent owners, least not requiring a fee of any type, but an agreement allowing the use of their property. then additionally, the items included in the ordinance 2546 with the changes of moving the time to 1 a.m. for the end of special use activity, alcohol sales, and the ability to change the days as well as the hours through special approval from the village board.
Second.
No later than 1 a.m.
No later than 1, yes.
With any last
I don't
call
like truck
at a
drivers.
different time.
No.
No later
I
than
don't
1.
usually go out.
Which means that'd be tied to the liquor law, which means you can't have, no one can have alcohol in their hands at 1. Right? I don't know if we can
Yeah.
enforce that, but that's how the liquor law works.
No, I might have written this down wrong. I thought you said the hours for the bank were 9 to midnight. And then,
So 9 to midnight, the hours are 9 to midnight, and we said they could do liquor until 1, yes.
so we just changed the hours to 9 till
1,
1 or
Yeah,
whatever
9 to
you're
1.
comfortable with.
yes. So I would be then amended with 9
9
to 1.
Yeah.
9 to 1 for all the hours.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes.
Any additional, so we got the second?
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
Okay, I'll take,
So-
if you're ready, I'll take
Okay.
it.
Yeah.
Commissioner Herr,
Yes.
Commissioner Kruger,
Yes.
Commissioner Feck,
Yes.
Commissioner Reyes-Braher,
Yes.
Commissioner Stenick,
Yes.
and Chair Brunner.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, thank you very much. If you have any concerns with the conditions we put on, obviously, we're recommending to the village board. They're the ones who approve. You can definitely talk to them
When is their meeting?
about changing or modifying any of these conditions if you think is necessary. But thank you for your interest in developing in our town, and I really appreciate the
Yeah.
presentation, you
Thank
guys
you.
coming in.
I think you guys are coming August 3rd, right? That's what I told Sylvia?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Great. And then,
Sorry, we won't be here August 3rd.
Oh,
Oh, okay,
Anytime before, or?
we could try July 20th, it depends, but it might be August 17th and after that.
Okay, that's just let us know, whatever works.
Yeah, but that'll give you more time to work on the agreements with your neighbors as well, so August 17th might be a little bit more smart.
We'll do that.
Okay.
Awesome, thank you guys.
thank you.
Take care.
Good night, everybody.
Thank you.
You too.
Gracias.
Okay, then now on to, can I have a motion to open the public hearing for consideration of a motion for recommendation to the Village Board of East Dundee regarding the text amendment to Chapter 157 of the Village of East Dundee zoning ordinance in Section 157003, rules and definitions to define and add adult service center.
So move.
Second.
All right.
Okay, so in this one, we
Take a
will,
roll.
yeah, right.
Commissioner Herr,
Yes.
Commissioner Kruger,
Yes.
Commissioner Feck,
Yes.
Commissioner Reyes-Braher,
Yes.
Commissioner Stenick.
Yes.
Chair Brunner.
Yes.
Okay.
First, I'd like to read in all the testimony and include from our previous meeting regarding this public hearing. With that, Franco, was there any additional
Nothing additional.
material?
No.
Anything else anyone would like to talk about? Okay, I will make a motion to close the public hearing.
Second.
Commissioner Herr,
Yes.
Commissioner Kruger,
Yes.
Commissioner Feck,
Yes.
Commissioner Reyes-Braher,
Yes.
Commissioner Stenick,
Yes.
Chair Brunner.
Yes.
I might change these to voice vote.
You can.
Outside of a motion, a recommendation, the public hearings will just might get changed to voice vote for the sake of.
I think that's a great idea.
Okay.
But you always have to vote on the recommendations. and
That one
all of this.
individually,
Yes,
correct.
individually.
Okay.
For the special use.
For anything,
Like
text
a
amendment, special use.
variation,
And
special
so we're
use.
just talking about opening and closing the public hearing.
Yeah,
And like
okay.
adjourning,
Got it.
we
Right.
can do by voice vote.
Okay.
Right.
So, I'd like to make a motion to recommend for approval to the village board. I'm gonna get one out. Regarding a text amendment to
You could just
to
say
the
as
hearing we
described.
just had.
Yes.
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 Agenda item 4.
Second.
Yes. Okay. And Commissioner Kruger seconded? Okay, thank you. This one I have to read, so Commissioner Hurd,
Yes.
Commissioner Kruger,
Yes.
Commissioner Feck,
Yes.
Commissioner Reyes-Braher,
Yes.
Commissioner Stenick,
Yes.
Chair Brunner.
Yes. Okay. I'd like to make a motion to open the public hearing for consideration of motion for recommendation to the village board regarding a text amendment to allow adult day service as a S permitted by special use permit in the B2 business district to be proposed as section 157050F1I4 of the zoning ordinance of East Dundee, Illinois 601.
Second it.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, motion carries.
Okay. I'd like to make a motion to approve.
I do want to say something in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
At the last meeting, it was, the PGHC discussed about having it as special use in B2 and B3.
I was gonna say
Staff's recommendation is still the B2, keeping, that's the staff's recommendation. So you could go ahead and change it, your motion, as you see fit, but staff is continuing with just the B2 zone.
I think we continue with what we did.
Good.
You know, right? There isn't anything changed.
Just tired.
I mean, the only thing I would think would be that B3 might encourage it that direction more than B2, but whatever.
Yeah. I would, you know, I would say let's go.
Keep it as a
Yeah,
single.
I mean, it's fine for staff to disagree with us.
Yes, B2
You know?
and B3.
Yes.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, so I'd like to make a motion to approve.
I think we'd close the public hearing
Yes.
first.
Oh, yeah, right.
Correct.
We do
Did
that?
we?
No,
No.
that was,
You
that
just
was
opened
the
it.
public
Yeah,
hearing.
got it. So, okay, great. So, I see this as these voice votes are,
It's really
you know,
speedy.
Yeah.
voice or whatever. So, okay, so I want to make sure we include in this hearing all of the content from the previous meeting. Did you receive any additional
No.
topics on this? Okay, I'd like to make a motion to close the public hearing.
Second.
Commissioner Feck on that one. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none.
I would like to make a motion to recommend to the village board for approval of regarding the text amendment we just had the public hearing on
In B2 and B3.
in B2 and B3.
Correct.
Second.
Discussion.
Any discussion?
Commissioner Hurd,
Yes.
Commissioner Kruger,
Yes.
Commissioner Feck,
Yes.
Commissioner Reyes-Braher,
Yes.
Commissioner Stenick,
Yes.
Chair Brunner.
Yes. Okay, finally, number 6.
What's this about? Yeah.
This is the certificate of appropriateness for Foxy's,
Okay.
which they, I think, already built.
I think
Yep.
it's
Yeah, 'cause she told me, I ran into her and she goes, I'm not allowed to say
It actually looks really nice.
Yeah.
I mean, I like how they
That's what
took
we
our
told me that.
suggestion,
Yeah,
they added the triangle,
yeah.
but didn't make it full size. So it looks, I think, looks really good,
It's
actually.
very pretty. I like
Yeah,
it.
yeah, so we, yes.
Great.
She was very
Okay.
happy.
I'd like to make a motion to grant a certificate of appropriateness regarding 319 Meyer Street.
Can it?
Any discussion?
Um, uh, uh, so I didn't add any context to that. Is that okay?
It's totally fine.
Okay. Any discussion? Okay?
Okay, Commissioner Hurd,
Yes.
Commissioner Kruger,
Yes.
Commissioner Feck,
Yes.
Commissioner Reyes-Braher,
Yes.
Commissioner Stenick,
Yes.
Chair Brunner.
Yes. It's just implied that it's as described in the packet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, okay. So we didn't do it this way when we went through the meeting. We didn't do any of the findings of fact, so we have to do those now too.
And Caitlin, do those have to be individual motions, or can they just be just agreed upon as part of their overall motion? Like, how does that work? Like,
We've always done these separately.
yeah.
Yeah, which is fine. Different commissions in different towns do it differently.
Right.
Some simply make a one motion to, and often, staff has prepared them ahead of time. So you simply, approve the findings of fact as presented and recommend approval all in one. Honestly, if you just had made it the recommendations, it's, implied that the findings of fact
Yeah.
That's what I
are
meant.
all
It's
met.
implied.
Yeah.
Because you wouldn't recommend approval if the findings of
Correct.
fact
Yeah,
were not met.
we've usually done these before to guide the decision, but
Yeah.
I think ours were pretty clear today. I mean, I think you guys were, we each disagreed with one where I think we would, like, I know on the one with the tattoo parlor, there's some of these I wouldn't agree with. but the majority of you do, so that's fine.
And I think you guys hit the nail on the head with the injurious use to other properties with the Carmina's restaurant. That is the findings of fact that you guys
Right.
discussed, is how it
Yeah.
impacts the other properties.
Right.
So, you know, and that was like with mine, like the orderly, so where I could disagree on the tattoo one would be in the orderly development of the area.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be a detriment for the general vision of what we want the downtown area.
The only reason I switched over was, I switched.
And it's hard, it's
Yeah,
a
it's a
tough
hard one,
thing, but, yeah.
But after, you know, you said the changing of times, I'm like,
Yeah,
I guess
yeah.
it is.
Well, it's, you know, we'll see what the board,
See what, yeah, see
the
what
board
someone
has
else-
to say, you know.
I'll say the standards are an important guide for the discussion. If, you know, as we've said, if you're recommending approval, then it's assumed that all of the standards are met because they have to be to get the recommendation.
Yeah.
They become more important to specifically call out if you're going to do a recommendation of denial, as you want to kind of point to the reason behind
So
the
actually,
denial why it wouldn't have met.
Yeah. Okay.
And which I think in the cases where there was a negative, none of them received a full negative vote, but I know two of them had one of each of you.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
think you laid it out on the record of the reasons
Correct.
that you both
Yeah.
voted against in those specific cases.
Yeah, so actually, I think because these have a record where we have to do our votes, I think we have to go through each one.
It's up to you.
Yeah, that's what I'd like to do.
Okay.
So we'll
Want me to
get
take
this
some-
in there.
take some minutes?
Yeah, we'll get these in
Yeah.
there then. Because are you going to disagree with the findings of fact then on the one that you got, the adult daycare center?
I mean, weren't we just saying that a
So
vote,
I
a
get
vote
to
no
vote.
would be a disagree, but.
Yeah, well, I mean, you
But
would,
but the majority
yeah.
being for it means that the
Yeah, yeah,
commission
so
found that-
this will pass.
Right.
This can pass with you having your negative vote on it.
Yes.
So you would disagree with us saying, because you would be essentially saying, I think it is injurious,
Yeah.
right, or whatever, one of these things.
Yeah.
But we don't, we're gonna say.
But we're not gonna log that, we're just gonna log the nay, right?
Yeah, just log the name. Yeah, this is the, as a board, we agree on this. But some of us disagree, but the majority of us agree on this.
Yeah.
Because we have to
The
get,
mind
we
of the
can't,
commission is.
yeah, we can't
You can't change it
individually
to have
each
an
one.
individual. So it would simply
Yeah.
go with the same vote as
Yeah, yeah.
as the
Okay.
recommendation.
That's how you voted for the motion.
Because the recommendation is tied to the
Yeah,
standards.
I have to sign it.
It's,
What
they
do I
have,
do?
they're one and the
You're
same.
the chair.
Okay, so I would like to approve the findings of fact for the property for the special use regarding the property of 455 East Main Street, pin 0323377006 and 0323377005. This is the one regarding the adult daycare center service, so include them as provided in the packet. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay. So it's motion by Chair Brunner, second by Commissioner Feck. Commissioner Hurd,
Yes.
Commissioner Kruger,
Yes.
Wait,
This
I
is
thought
the-
we were saying to, sorry,
This is the one where you're no.
do it again. No,
no problem.
it's 9:00.
You can change your
Commissioner
vote
Hurd?
until it's called, so that's fine.
Then this one's my no.
Okay. Commissioner Kruger,
Yes.
Commissioner Feck,
Yes.
Commissioner Reyes-Braher, Commissioner Stanick,
Yes.
Chair Brunner.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I can't misunderstood what you're doing.
Yeah,
It's 9 o'clock. It's normal.
so that is, it's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to
Five.
1, 5, okay.
And one absence.
Yeah. Okay, that one's done. And then we'll now go to the tattoo parlor, so could somebody else make this one?
Is it just the same motion? Is that, or are you approving the finding of fact? I'm sorry, you want to just,
Just
the
say
motion to.
Approve the findings
of
as
fact.
provided in the packet.
Okay, I'll make a motion to approve the findings of fact as provided in the packet for the property at 320 North River Street, East Dundee, Illinois, B1 Downtown Business District regarding the tattoo parlor.
A second.
Vote.
Yes.
Commissioner Hurd,
Yes.
Commissioner Kruger,
Yes.
Commissioner Feck,
Yes.
Commissioner Reyes-Braher,
Yes.
Commissioner Stenick?
Yes.
Chair Brunner?
No. So 5 and 1 again.
And
1,
one
5,
absent.
5, 1 and 1. Okay, just those two. Okay, and then I'd like to make a motion to approve the findings of fact as provided in the packet for the special use of 521 Dundee Avenue, pin 0323479008, in regards to the banquet hall special use.
Second.
Second.
Okay. Commissioner Hurd?
Yes.
Commissioner Kruger?
Yes.
Commissioner Fett?
Yes.
Commissioner Reyes Braher?
Yes.
Commissioner Stenick?
Yes.
Chair Brunner?
Yes. So 601 on that one.
Yes.
Okay, there we go. I'd like to make a motion to adjourn this meeting.
Yes.
At 9 PM on the dot.
Wow.
Wow.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none, the motion carries.
Well, thank you guys for the.
I'm gonna turn off the audio really fast. Yep.
Makes for a long day, right?